Yeah. Yo, I think we here. It's May 22nd, and it's the Hip Hop Citizen live stream show. I'm Don Juan the Mac.
What's going on, y'all? Dialect 718.
Yeah. Welcome, Dialect.
Architect 7.
Architect 7 on the soundboard. And of course, we have the lovely special guest,
DIVA Views.
Diva Views.
I'm the diva, and these are my views.
There you go. Architect.
What's going on? How was everybody's week?
Yeah, can't complain. It's been a good week.
No doubt, man.
Yeah, I'm just wearing my Knicks shirt representing for Patrick Ewing, who's in the hospital, suffering from the battling the coronavirus.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man.
Man, we can't say that word. We got to say
my
the
goodness.
C word.
Suffering from the Rona. I'm sorry.
From the COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that was going on, man. That's new.
Yeah, I just heard about it today, so I had to represent.
Wow, well, man. Prayers up for my man. My week was a little rough, dealing with a little bit of the stress and anxiety of the work week and everything life's been throwing at me. But other than that, I'm always going to show up for Friday Night Live.
Oh, yeah. What's up to Colombia? We got them calling in for Colombia. Shout out to all our friends out there in Colombia, man.
What's up with you? How was your week? Did you get the pie out the oven?
Diva.
Huh?
Are you getting the pie out the oven?
Get that pie?
Why you gotta call me out? No. Right here. Why you gotta call me out for being a fat kid?
Not only does Diva Views do her talk here, but she also bakes pies on the side.
There you go. And pretty soon you can taste that pie in our green room when you call in later.
Boy,
there you go.
What a segue. I hope everybody out there is doing good, man.
Doing good.
Yeah, so what we got going on, man? What we got going on?
Okay, we got the man of the hour right here, man. About to bring him on the screen.
Okay.
What's going on? This is Simon.
Simonism with the shit AIDS.
David. Simonism. Welcome to the show, David.
What's going on, brother?
Can you hear us?
Oh, we got to do David sound check live? What? Come on, Dave.
All right, while we waiting on Dave, though, I'm gonna jump right into like this week in hip hop history.
Right on.
There you go.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna start with the first album, having an anniversary today. Celebrating 30 years is Eric B. and Rakim's third album, Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em.
Wow.
Yeah.
30 years, right?
What joints did this have? Was that Microphone Fiend on this one?
Nah, the joint on this, the standout joint on this was In the Ghetto.
Was Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em. I'm messing with you.
Yeah, In the Ghetto, where he says the classic phrase, "It ain't where you're from, it's where you at."
Woo.
Right.
Yeah, man, that was a classic joint, man. I believe that was produced by the late hip hop producer Paul C.
Right on.
Produced that one, yeah, man. That was a classic song, man.
Wow, that's crazy.
I remember Daddy-O from Stetson Sonic took issue with that song because he always felt in hip hop it is about where you at, because a lot of people will always represent what borough they were from, what city they were from. And, he said Rakim, he accused him of saying the biggest lie in hip hop because he said it ain't where you from, it's where you at. He always had an issue with that because he probably felt like Rakim said that because he was from Long Island. He wasn't from one of the boroughs.
Hey, and I don't know, man. I think there's several artists, right, that kind of hold that mantra, right? If we talk about DJ Premier, where he's from, you talk about Guru, where he's from and where he was at, you know what I mean? So I kind of agree with that.
So you kind of agree with Daddy-O or Rakim?
Rakim.
I agree too, man. Ain't where you from, it's where you at, man. How you hold your own.
Right.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah.
So the next album I got right here is from Guru, but it wasn't a gangster album. I think this was the first volume of Jazzmatazz.
Wow.
It was released in 1993.
Wow.
Where Guru collaborated with a lot of jazz artists. He had Nadia Davenport on there from Brand New Heavies. I believe he had Donald Byrd on trumpet.
Man, that was truly groundbreaking, man. Kudos to that album, man.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that cover. It just brings all kind of emotions to me for real.
Wait. So was this before Premiere? Before Premiere?
Nah, this was after Gangstar, but if you remember on the Gangstar albums, Guru always had a thing for jazz. I think he had a song on the Mo Better Blues soundtrack called Jazz Thing, where he breaks down the history of jazz.
Okay.
So he's always been a fan of jazz. So this album was like his collaboration of hip hop and jazz.
Okay.
So some standout joints on this was Trust Me, featuring the Dia Davenport from Brand New Heavies. Then he had No Time to Play. This one was featuring Ronnie Jordan. And also singing on this track was Big Shug. I don't know if you guys remember Big Shug from the Militia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually singing on this album.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Guru. Okay, and this next album is celebrating a 30th anniversary. It's a debut album from a hip hop legend. Yeah, you guys seen that?
Yeah, I think it's coming up.
All right, so I'll let y'all know what the album is. The album is Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted. His debut album, celebrating 30 years.
That's when he went off on NWA, right?
I don't think no Vaseline was on this joint.
Okay.
Like this one where he spelled America with the triple K's.
Yeah, he spelled America with the triple K's.
Okay.
All right, so the next album we have is KRS-One's third solo album, I Got Next.
Whew.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah, this one had Step Into the World and A Friend was like two of the big joints on this album.
Yeah. We living in a world, no private jets and limousines. The food we eat. Yeah,
dope album.
That's the one that he said, understand it's the consciousness behind the gun.
Yeah. And also we have Nas and Damian Marley. 10 years of their album.
Wow.
And this one was called Distant Relatives.
That 10 years flew by.
Huh? Yeah. It seemed like that album just came out yesterday.
Right.
Yeah. Any of you guys own that album?
Nah. I didn't really get into it, honestly.
Not that one, but I was a big fan of Nas, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I was a big fan of both of them, Damian Marley, man. I like this joint, Welcome to Jam Rock. And I think I heard a couple of joints off of this album.
Oh, that's the one with Jamrock on it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the next album we have is Run DMC's third album, Raising Hell. And this was a groundbreaking album because it had tracks on there like Tricky. You guys remember Tricky, right?
Yep. You be illin'.
Yeah. Are you able to see my screen? I can do the share on that. I don't know if you still can see that one.
Let me see one time. So what album you got up? The Run DMC?
Yeah, yep.
Let me see that. Okay. You guys able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. See, everybody out there in the land watching us. Sometimes when we get live, we got to do things on the fly, and what you just saw was Juan seamlessly stepping in to assist my man Dialect.
It's Cape on.
There you go.
But now that album was so dope, and I think that was like at the tail end of breakdancing.
Yeah, and I think the biggest track on this album was a track that actually it kind of popularized, pushed hip hop above all the other genres because it had Walk This Way on there, featuring Aerosmith.
Oh,
yeah.
This is the one that had it?
Yeah.
Wow. Y'all know y'all don't forget for that one. Y'all can't forget that one.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
And it's so funny, back in the day, like hip hop was just a fad when that song came out, and rock and roll, I think, was probably the dominant genre, that and pop.
Well, now there's a lot of controversy with rock and roll artists and hip hop artists getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Tricky says Jeff. You know what
So
I'm saying?
that's always been the case. They think it's just theirs. They're gatekeepers about that.
Hey, Marlon, we hear you, bro. We're gonna cover that Chicago movement. We heard you. We hear you.
Yeah. But I think that was cool of Aerosmith, teaming up with a hip hop group. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really see a lot of that going on because people didn't really give hip hop artists credit in the 80s.
That's right.
They thought it was just something that was going to come and go. It was going to be fly by night, but that kind of propelled hip hop to like the level that it's at today. It's like the biggest selling genre of all times.
Well, and then you just look at the mashups now with all the different genres of music colliding anyway. So this is kind of a groundbreaker in that sense too. So
yeah, man. And I don't know if you guys remember the Tricky video from this featuring I think it was Penn and Teller.
It was in the helicopter, right?
Yeah, and then I think Penn and Teller were like some street hustlers doing the card trick.
Yeah,
they robbed some chick, and they had Run DMC come back and get their money.
The dialect. You talking about Penn and Teller, the comedians, the silent comedian?
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vegas.
They also had that song on their My Adidas, and I'm wondering if Adidas cut a check for them when they released that track.
Well, didn't they get they got a at some point, didn't they? I believe they did. I believe they got a signature deal with Run DMC off that.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that's cool if they did. I mean, I don't remember hearing anything about it.
No, they did. It was officially had Run DMC on the tongue.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah.
I can get a pair of those then.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, but shout out to Run DMC. Juan, you got that next album queued up?
Yeah, I think so.
Look at this, guys.
All right, you got it. You know what I'm saying? You ready to see it?
Yeah. Let me click. That's the album showing up right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Which album is this?
Special Ed, youngest in charge.
Yeah, man. This is Special Ed's debut album, man. Celebrating 31 years.
Woo! Y'all remember this one, yo. Where the comment box at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this was a special album for me, man, because Special Ed was like a local hero, man, in Flatbush, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I think at the time he dropped the album, he was like 16 years old, man.
Wow.
Is he West Indies?
Huh?
Is he West Indies?
But I'm saying hip hop is hip hop, man. Hip hop is like universal, it's international. You know what I'm saying? It's an international language, it's its own nation.
There
you know what I'm saying? But like
its own nation.
Yeah, man, that was a big thing, man. And I think he actually filmed the video in a high school not far from where I live, Tilden High School, which is like my zone high school.
Wow.
Yeah, what I remember from him was like his delivery, man. He had a slow delivery, but he was still hitting you with those dope ass lyrics at the same time.
Yo,
I know Mission was my favorite joint ever from Special Ed. The video and everything.
I like the Mission. I like the Think About It.
Think about it. Yeah, well, okay.
Think about it too. Think about it. Yeah. Dave, you still there, brother?
Yeah. You there, Dave?
What?
Yeah. What do you think about Special Ed, man? He's celebrating 31 years of his debut album, man.
I think his name is politically incorrect.
Hey, listen, man. The dude's name was Edward Archer. He was a special MC, man. So he was Special Ed. You know what I'm saying?
He said if he came out these days, it'd trigger everybody, huh?
Hey, man. Still, man, classic hip hop album. And I got actually a story about Special Ed, man. Special Ed came to my junior high school back in the day because my school was so bad. You know, I remember I told you the story how kids had broke into my junior high school.
They stole all the band equipment.
Nah, man, I mean, it's kind of graphic, man. I hope YouTube doesn't censor us. You know what I'm saying? They basically defecated in classrooms and smeared their stuff all over the walls. And it was all over the news. And because of that, Special Ed came through, UTFO came through.
He cleaned it up.
I guess they had to clean it up, man. I know they were pissed.
I don't think it was all over the news. I think it was all over the school.
Yeah, and then the biggest person to come out that same day, Special Ed came to our school. We looked in the back of the classroom, everybody screaming, and it's Whitney Houston. And she sang The Greatest Love of All for us.
That's what?
Yeah, but we still wound up being some degenerates at the end of the day, though. But you know what I'm saying? It was kind of them to do.
Did she say, I believe the children?
She sang that, man. Everybody was just watching. Because it's like she's like the biggest thing in the 80s. So for her to come to our school, that was huge. I mean, I thought seeing UTFO was cool and Special Ed was cool, but when Whitney Houston came out, man, I was like, that was it, man.
Let's believe it. Let's check.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a story.
Yeah, man. Hey, Juan, you want to get this last album?
Oh, yeah. I got it up. You know what I'm saying? We got The Roots Organics.
Yeah, this is actually The Roots
nice.
Very first album, which is it's not really a popular one, but it was released on May 19th, 1993.
Man, look, put your emojis up if you know the roots. Come on. One time from everybody in the comment box.
Yeah.
Gotta know the roots.
Yeah, I actually thought their second album was their first album, the one with Proceed,
Woo.
Silent Treatment. I actually thought that was their first album. I didn't really know anything about this album until maybe like 10 years ago.
Wait, so is this the one with Scott Storch was in this one? Was Scott Storch part of this crew back then?
Be honest with
He
you,
was in the I do believe.
oh, he was in the early days.
But was he on
Yeah.
he was in the early days, but was he on it in this album?
I'm not sure about that, but I do know he was with the Roots when they did "You Got Me," the Grammy Award-winning song.
John Hart says he came back for Diva's commentary. Oh Lord. Diva,
See, there you go, Diva pulling fans.
Diva,
My one fan.
All right, now, you want to jump into the hip hop birthdays?
yeah. Hold on, let me cue that.
Try to save the best one for last.
Let me cue it up for it, brother. Give me a second.
While
I'd
they're
like to
queuing
shout
that up.
What's
Go ahead, David. David's doing a
No.
shout out.
Please, don't let me interrupt.
Huh?
We are just saying happy birthdays. We're gonna transition into the happy birthdays right here.
All right, you got to keep one.
I think I'm ready here, brother. Hold on. I think,
You good?
yes, sir. I think we're good, brother.
All right, so you're gonna have to call them out for me.
All right. Yo, we got Busta Rhymes right here.
Mm,
Busta Rhymes, man, celebrating the 48th birthday.
48.
48.
Yeah,
50 up and on 50 and he's benching 800 pounds.
Wow.
Well, what do you guys think of Busta Rhymes when you first heard him? I know everybody probably heard him first with Leaders of the New School. Do you?
I used to get a lot of shit because I was always the one that was like, nobody in that group fucks with Busta Rhymes. He'll be solo. Nah, man. Like a lot of people used to hate the fact that he was always
Yeah.
and I always felt like him stand out. What the hell was that?
Oh, you heard that?
Hell yeah, we heard that shit, man.
What was?
But I used to get a lot of shit because I was like Busta Rhymes was always the standout to me.
Yeah, I mean, when I first heard him on PTA when he came out, Busta Rhymes, the mighty infamous, always misbehaving and mischievous,
Yeah.
pushing out spitballs and plastic straws. I was like, yo, dude killed it. Then when he did the symphony, not the symphony, my bad, scenario, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. Once the dude goes solo, it's a wrap.
Scenario, yeah.
The that Leaders of the New School album that led me to believe Busta was the man was Feminine Fat.
What joint you talking about? The joint when you talking about Sound of the Zekas?
Nah, Feminine Fat, Feminine Fat, Feminine Fat. I like girls. Yeah.
See, I was surprised by Busta's career. When I heard him with the Leaders of the New School, I didn't think that he was a star. I thought Charlie Brown would be the star. What happened to Charlie Brown?
In fact, the way that I understand it is Busta Rhymes' solo career is what pulled them out of the hole that they were in as far as being Leaders of the New School.
Mm. Yeah, I know they were on his first album that he did solo. Yeah, but I mean, after Busta Rhymes went solo, you ain't heard anything from Charlie Brown and Dinko D, man. I think Charlie Brown did a joint with Funkmaster Flex, like a collaboration joint with a couple of other MCs, and that was it.
Yeah, I think Dinko D recently with another couple heads. I think Charlie Brown and one more other guy. They were still trying to do the Leaders of the New School on the underground circuit, but I don't know how far that went.
Yeah, I just want to tell King Magnetic in the green room, you know, we're gonna get to you like in a couple minutes. We just got to get through 3 more birthdays.
Shout out to King Magnetic. Shout out to King Magnetic.
All right, Juan, you got the other one queued up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yo,
Next birthday.
Mob Deep. Looks like it's Havoc.
Yeah, Havoc.
Wow. Peace to the God, man. Happy born. Oh,
Yeah, happy born day to Havoc, man.
yeah.
One half of the legendary hip hop group Mobb Deep.
Come on. Shout out to Havoc.
Dope MC and also a dope producer, man. A lot of people forget that a lot of those tracks Mobb Deep performed, Havoc was producing those tracks.
Yeah. Yep. Rocking that ASR 10.
Yeah, I think a story about Havoc was that when he would sample, he only had like 8 seconds of samples. So what he would do, he would speed up the sample to squeeze into that 8 seconds and slow it down and sample it. Yeah, that was a dope technique. When I had my sample, I just had to pay more money for more memory and more storage time, you know. If I was smart like Havoc, I would have did that. Yeah, shout out to Havoc, man. Shout out to Queensbridge. Got the next one queued up?
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
This one's gonna be quick. Happy birthday. Who's this right here?
MC8.
MC8, man.
Woo! Shout out to the West Coast.
Shout out to MC8, Compton's Most Wanted. Dope MC and dope actor, man. He did his thing in Menace to Society.
I ain't seen him since, though.
Hey, man.
Nah, bro. He did a joint with Primo recently. Come on, man.
Yeah, it was fire.
Come on, in the movie-wise.
I was about to say, put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on his name, man. He also had a beef with DJ Quick, man. I think they squashed it a couple years ago, so that's also dope, man.
Yeah, I think they did that on Instagram too, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, man. Shout out to MC8.
Yeah.
We got to jump into this final birthday. You got it queued up?
Oh, yeah. Woo!
I'm gonna let David Simon take this one right here, man.
Who that?
Perfect. David.
Come on, David.
New York.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday
Shout out to Notorious B.I.G. Rest in peace, Christopher Wallace. And shout out to Bed-Stuy Fish Fry. I'm over here enjoying the shrimp and chip like it's never been made before. And that's all I have to say.
I believe
Bro,
you, man. I believe
you,
man.
You enjoying it too, because you ain't said a word the whole time.
Yeah, happy birthday to the late great Frank White, man.
Yo, Notorious B.I.G. man. Happy
greatest to ever do it.
Yo, shout out the whole Brooklyn, man. You know what I'm saying? Dialect, respect, and David Simon, man. That's your hood, man. You know what I'm saying? Stand up.
Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody who had a birthday this week in hip hop. And I'm gonna jump into.
I want to shout out and wish a happy birthday to my little sister who turned 35 today, May 22nd. Mm-hmm. And I want to shout out Don Wanda Mack, who turned 50 today. Everybody,
how we coming? Yeah. Happy birthday, Don Wanda Mack, man. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna jump into our guest, man. I want to Architect give an introduction, man.
Yeah, our next guest, he's been around for a minute, man, and he's worked with the who's who in hip hop. He's worked with the likes of Primo, with the likes of Ninth Wonder, Jada Kidd, and the list goes on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, King Magnetic.
King Magnetic, welcome to Hip Hop Citizen live stream, buddy.
Y'all got me sitting here so y'all can do birthday shout outs, man. Fuck out of here, baby.
Hey, man, yo, we talking about Notorious B.I.G., baby. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
It wasn't just Biggie. He talking about all them niggas. He ain't talking about Big. He talking about all them niggas.
Yeah.
He talking about
my birthday party.
So, you know,
You Jehovah's?
What up, though? What?
You don't do birthdays, bro?
Nah, I just don't. I don't do the Chuck E. Cheese shit. You know what I'm
saying? Hey, yo, man. Thanks for calling in, bro. It means a lot. I've been putting everybody on.
We'll see. It's a little early.
So King, go ahead, Don.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, Juan.
No. I was asking King Magnetic. He said a little bit earlier, huh? Were you on East Coast?
Yeah. PA.
Okay. Shout out to VA.
Allentown.
Nah, PA, Pennsylvania.
Oh, PA.
Allentown, Pennsylvania.
PA. Okay, I get it. All right.
So yeah, man.
Hey, yo, you told me the rules, right? You told me the rules. When I'm talking, everybody gotta look at the floor. That's how we do these.
That's for you to tell him, bro. Yeah, tell him, man.
I think I just told him. Nah, what's going on, though, man?
Not much, man.
I got the kids. I got the kids watching a movie on their sister's phone right now. We got like 17 minutes, man. Let's go.
Right on. So currently, man, you rocking on a weekly joint that you got going on Spotify. What is that? The Weekly Vibe, right?
Weekly Vibes, yeah. There's a playlist on Spotify, on Apple, Pandora, YouTube, Tidal, and Amazon. Right. Or you can copy subscription and get the MP3 sent to you every week on Bandcamp.
Okay. Yo,
man.
You got the visuals out there popping, you know what I'm saying? You all packaged and ready to go, you know what I'm saying? Where we catch the videos at?
The regular YouTube shit, you know what I mean? For the most part, there's a couple back in the trap joints was on World Star and shit, but that shit is not shit is not hip hop. But my man wanted to put them on there, you know what I mean?
All right, you know what I'm saying? Hip Hop Citizen worldwide, baby. You got people all around the world. What's the first thing they're gonna go to when they see it?
You know, just type my name in. Type my name in on Google or YouTube. Click on. I'm proud of everything I do. You know what I mean?
Said, you know, you gotta tell him, you know, fucking name.
Let them know. You know what I'm saying? Allentown, PA. I know a little bit something about Allentown. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I know
who you know that died out
here. Yeah, I know some rough quarters over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Pretty rough quarters.
Yeah, I ain't outside. I'm in the mountains now. I ain't out in the mix of that. I'm good.
I feel you. Hey, so just as far as the work ethic, man, this man's got crazy work ethic. And so what's the average time it takes for you to write one joint? Because I know we've been on some sidebar conversation, man, and you fucking send shit like at the drop of a dime. What's your time frame on a song?
I mean, I write verses in about 15 minutes, give or take. Each verse, it depends. I spend more time practicing it than I spend writing it.
Right. And how long you been rhyming? How long you been in the game, bro?
My 12th year. My first mixtape dropped 2008. You know what I mean? So just been doing that for you know what I mean? I ain't nobody super special or nothing like that, but I've been living off it a long time, so it's going all right.
A lot though. That's saying a lot. So when the Primo situation went down, who was it that reached out? Did Primo reach out to you? Did you run into each other at a venue? How did that work?
I met him a couple times. My man Ed OG plugged me in actually.
Hey, Juan, see, look, see how he just kind of slid that in there, like, yeah.
That's my man. Yeah, of course, Austin. Ed OG and the Bulldog.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's my OG for real, man. And we had been on the road a few times and we chop it up. And I told him, I'm like, yo, I'm about to start my first official album. I'm gonna need that Primo link. So he's like, let me know when you're ready. So when I was ready, shit, he had Primo call me that day.
And what was the vibes like? You guys got in the studio, actually sat in the studio together? Did they send the shit?
Nah, I went to D&D. We did that in 2013. So I was in D&D right before they tore it down and shit.
Wow. So that's gotta be a high time for you. Any hip hop be in D&D.
It was cool, and it was like a Monday. And it was just crazy, the people coming through. Like Serato came through, Knife Wonder and Rhapsody. That's how I linked with Knife.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So once I did that, I ended up recording the whole album down at Knife Wonder studio. You know what I mean? And
so the plug went from what, Ed OG to Ninth? Is that how that worked out as well? Ed OG laid that out?
Nah, I mean, he was there at Primo shit. I talked to him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, actually, that's how I start the album. That's the opening line. Respect got me to Edo. Edo got me to Preem. Preem linked me with Knife. Knife brought me the team. You know what I mean? And
how it all started. You know what I'm saying?
So what was
absolutely.
What was the first album? The name of the first album that you dropped?
Timing Is Everything. Came out 5 years ago this summer.
Damn, that shit fucking happened quick. Cause I know I was up around those parts with what Godzilla and Born when you started popping that shit off with the Primo shit. Man, that fucking time flies, bro.
Yeah, it came at night at Don Juan and Mac, man. The video
tell me about it.
The one I checked out on the video, How It All Started, featuring GQ. Nothing Pretty music video. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about the inspiration of your high school. Okay. You know what I'm saying? What's the inspiration behind the video? I don't know if I can get that up on here, but you know what I'm saying? I got it on silent mode. But if I can cue it up for you, I can get that up for you. But what's William Allen High School? Talk about it.
I mean, that's one of the high schools out in Allentown. I didn't actually go there. I was going to the white boy school. I was going to Parkland at the time. I used to skip school and go down to Allen and freestyle and rob niggas and shit. So that's how I met Q.
Okay.
So you know, when we did the song and shit, we did that for my man DJ E-Rex. So when we linked it up, it was like, yo, we'll do the video over at the high school.
Yo. So who's some of your musical influences, man? Who you find inspiration from? You know, so you're on the East Coast, you're on the West Coast. Yo, who's your inspiration?
Like, so there's so many. I mean, you know, the standard, you know, Cool G Rap, Nas, all that, but like, you know, EST from 3 Times Dope. He was definitely, he was huge for me.
Did you have,
of course, Kane.
Did you have the Gumby back in the days?
I did actually, yeah. For my 7th grade picture, I had one. Yeah, I can't grow no more.
Yeah,
crazy.
I feel you.
Do you feel that?
Yo, are you serious right now? Yo, stop messing with your sister.
We are speaking to King Magnetic, HipHopCitizen live stream. Hey, King Magnetic, yo, you know, said, do you find that independent music is the way to go, or you think that the whole gig is all about signing with a major?
It depends what works for the individual. I mean, right now, it's not necessary. Are you serious? I'm doing an interview, man. Really? All right, put on. Let her watch it. Let her watch a show for like 10 minutes, please. All right, you want to go play?
Everybody.
Go play. All right, my bad. But yeah, yeah. Right now, shit. Since I started, you know, it's not necessary. You got almost all them tools, man. If you invest some paper yourself, you know what I mean, and put together a marketing budget and have good product. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, especially now, over the last 10 years, like a major ain't gonna step to you unless you're already doing numbers. So if you're already doing that, they gotta offer something crazy to not get it yourself. It's gonna take longer.
They gotta work with you. They gotta pretty much jump on your train as opposed to, you know, you being pacified.
Yeah, I got like for me, I got no interest in that because I own all my shit. I do exactly what the fuck I want to do whenever I want to do it. So
yeah, and you gotta.
I don't think I bring enough value for what I'd want. You know what I mean? To that kind of situation.
Well, I don't even think that it matches the character either, as far as like who you are as a person. Like, you know, you're a strong-minded person, so you don't really need the involvement of people telling you what you need to wear and shit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do all that. Definitely not. I mean, you know, even now in the last few years, now it's about, you know, bullshit. It ain't about the music at all. It's about popularity. You know what I mean? And they're looking at YouTube numbers. They don't care if your shit trash. You know what I mean? So
that's my thing, right?
You can. But yeah, what's up?
Nah, so as far as the YouTube numbers, for me, I've always wondered how the hell do they even know what's real at this point, the way that people are buying that shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess after time you can see. Time tell with that. You know, and sometimes they don't care. And some of them sites trim down. Like I know Spotify this year, they did some shit like trimming down the bots and all that. You know what I mean?
They're getting hit there.
Hey, King Magnetic, I know you're kind of shy about it, but, you know, I checked out a video. I don't know if I can get that queued up for you right now, but I got a video of you with Cassidy. You know what I'm saying? You know, how many collabos do you do with the so-called large artists? Do you do some of the writing? I see you got a video with Cassidy out there. Who else is some of the, I guess, the other brand names that we might know you've worked with?
Established MCs.
There you go.
Oh, there's a lot. I mean, also depends what you consider established. Like
someone that had a deal, a major deal.
What's that?
Someone that had a major deal.
With Cassidy.
Okay.
Video with Cassidy.
Yeah, Cash, Jada, Preem, Smith & Wesson, Sean P, rest in peace. Got a couple joints in the vault I can't talk about.
You messed with Boot Camp?
Of course. Tons of shit.
Hold up.
How did you end up in Allentown if you were so well known in New York and stomping New York streets?
I think you just answered your own question. You know what I mean? Move around, make it known.
I'm not the one being interviewed. You are. I like to hear your side of the story.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you said it though. Like, you know, I moved around. There ain't shit in Allentown. There ain't no outlets, so I made a lot of my moves out of Philly, New York.
Yeah, Allentown.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, the internet. You got the internet. If you use it the right way, you know, I troll people and shit, but I make a lot of moves on there.
Yes,
I booked 3 tours of Europe.
Yes,
but just what I'm saying is, you were hot in New York. Why would you leave the Epic Center?
He's from PA.
New York's small.
Yeah, he's PA.
I'm from PA.
Allentown. He rep Allentown, PA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I move wherever I gotta go, man. And you know, shit, I met Smith and Wesson in Boston, doing a show with Ed OG and them, and then so we started bumping into each other in a couple spots. We did it, you know, we did a song or whatever. When it came time to the album, we redid Let's Get It On from my first album. You know what I mean? Sean Priest, he was on my first mixtape.
Yeah. I'm looking at his catalog on YouTube, and you can too, by the way. But before you do, be sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube and the like page button on Facebook. But King Magnetic it looks like he has an extensive catalog. I mean, he has some major views on some of these videos. So we are talking with King Magnetic, and you know, I would call it, like you said, you know, King Magnetic is an accomplished artist in himself.
I just rarely hear anybody call him Smith and Wesson nowadays. It shows a elderness with you. How old are you?
41. But they been switched their name though. They've been switched their name back to Smith and Wesson after that lawsuit. They only rocked that Cocoa Brothers shit out for a short time.
And I don't even think
that was only
Cocoa Brothers. Anybody else was calling them that anyway. Any real head, we knew what it was.
Right. I mean, it hurt their branding at that time. You know what I mean? But you know, end of the day, they kept delivering, and I guess the gun company let up on them or whatever, because you know they rock that shit now. Shit, they've dropped a lot of albums of Smith and Wesson since that.
So with all that support, why haven't you become a major hit? If a major deal or some sort?
That's not his interest.
Well, yeah. Well, number one, there's not. But we're also talking about, you know, cats that was doing it in the '90s or early 2000s when record deals were relevant. That's just not relevant.
I think the Baby would think so, or Little Baby.
I'm not him.
How about the young lady, Megan Thee Stallion? She's fighting to get the record deal.
I mean, look. All right, that's cool for her. But if we talking typical situation, and even those people you mentioning already made noise independently first. Now, you know, it came to a point they were offered something that made sense to them. You know, some of these people just want fame too. I don't give a fuck about that. I care about being here with my kids and paying my bills. I'm not, you know, I don't make that kind of music. I just do what I want, and people, you know, they grab it. People cop features. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
Had I came out 10 years prior, it might have been different.
I think success means different to different people.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, let's talk about that, because there's tons of artists that sign to a major that make a quarter off their albums
and make
that old money.
Said he's going to miss $7 million by not performing this summer. I think that's success.
Well, if you're putting a number on it, if you're putting a price tag on it, sure.
And yo, you know what's so ill?
So let me ask you this though. So if that's what success is, so you're just basing on the bottom line is how much they pulling on shows, or how much they make off rap? Because
if you're gonna sell your life, the biggest price you can get is the best price. Not everybody wants to be Scottie Pippen. If you can get that reference.
But who the fuck is, so not everybody wants to sell their life, period. Like he said, he want to be home with his kids.
Yeah, but no. This is everything. So,
fiction, you right?
This is what I'm saying. There's a bunch of millionaires that own their own shit. Like Atmosphere, they're in Forbes. You know what I'm saying? They're doing way better than a lot of major deal rappers. They've signed fucking Freeway and MF Doom and shit like that. So now what are we really talking about? You know what I mean? Are we talking about Flash and me, my name being Flash?
No, we're talking
about me owning my shit.
We're talking Source major 30s every year. We're talking about the Flash comes with this.
They still got the Flash
comes. The notoriety comes with the success.
Yo,
I think you're a little confused, my brother. Like you're mentioning a lot of things that are from 20 years ago that don't really exist no more.
It's still
mixing it with some current artists.
It's still published. It still makes sense. I mean, we're not going to talk Rob Report. Nobody's here a billionaire.
Yeah,
right,
of course.
But at the end of the day,
but even that, like, so you're saying Forbes list is hip hop? That's what, like, I don't know. You lost me.
There is a Forbes list that's hip hop. They have a Forbes list that's hip hop. I mean,
all right, and they call 6ix9ine hip hop. So what are you saying?
Say again.
And they call 6ix9ine hip hop too. So what did you say?
No.
He got the most views ever. So is he the best rapper?
You can pick the most obscure individual that made a success and an ass out of himself at the same time. I mean, he doesn't represent the entire industry of hip hop. He's just one fraction.
To yourself, Dave. That's the point.
Yeah, same thing with everybody else you just mentioned, though. Are you talking about Megan Thee Stallion and motherfucking the baby, and then you're talking to me?
I'm talking about people that
like you didn't do your homework.
I'm talking about hit makers. That's what they're called. Hit makers.
So you asking why I ain't got no hits? I guess I didn't make a hit then, if that's what you mean. I don't know.
It's so ill. Yo, King, we've had this conversation over the last few shows, and I've been telling them that all that shit is in the eye of the beholder, right? So a hit that's in the public eye and a hit that's with the heads that's watching shit is a hit. It don't matter what scale you're looking at, right? It's relevant to the angle that you're shooting at, right? So a lot of these guys that are going independent, they don't have the middleman. So that hit is still a hit.
What is your best? What is your best? What is your hit in your determination, King? I'm sorry, Magnetic. What would you consider your number one hit?
I don't have a hit.
Okay.
What is your best selling record on Spotify?
So hold up, and let me interject right there, right? So he says he don't have a hit. I'm telling you, I'm a hip hop head. I'm a junkie. Like, I listen to this shit. And he got a motherfucking rack of hits, right? So again, it's all into what are you into? What are you into? You know what I'm saying? The hit.
All right, but you coming back to numbers. My biggest song on Spotify, 14 million streams.
No. What's the name of it?
Spaz Out.
Spaz Out. Okay, I'll be looking to check Spaz Out. Well, how long ago you wrote this?
Shit, that shit's old. That shit's 10 years old.
Yeah, he has songs on YouTube there that go back 8-9 years. Videos was like, So are you on your own publishing? I take it, right? Is that what we're hearing here?
Of course. I own all my shit and get my proper splits for my features and shit. I'm still getting paid off beats I did before I was a rapper from 05.
Is streaming the way to go, or you think it's better to press the CDs out the truck?
I do both. Like, you got to adapt to the time. It depends. It doesn't make sense for some people to do CDs because their base doesn't do it. But like, I'm still selling thousands of CDs. Hold on, make the biggest flip.
Time out.
Off the CD.
Hold up, time out. You said you was making money off of beats, so you produce too.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that. Now I'm trying to hit some beats.
The BDM points.
Who have you produced?
Well, I did my whole first mixtape. So like I did shit with Sean P, Chino XL, Copyright, Edo G. I did the Sound of Philadelphia for Reef. I'm sure you heard that one, right?
Yo, I'm gonna say
the only name that I know that you mentioned is Sean Price.
And so therein lies the difference.
So you never so you never heard of Ed O.G.?
Well, no. I said who you produced. I heard of Ed O.G., the Bulldog, yes, and he was a one-hit wonder.
I just named him though. I produced the joint he's on.
Okay, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear his name.
Oh.
You produced the one-hit wonder?
Nah.
Oh.
Nah.
Yeah, see, that's and therein lies the difference, right? So these names that he named, if you a hip hop head, those are household names. There's anybody out there, please, anybody that's out there that's watching.
A hip hop house name, you mean? Chino XL never did anything for anybody for real.
You fucking crazy. You out of your mind.
Yo, actually, you know what? Y'all got a good little chemistry because my man on Pluto and you over here with a tinfoil hat. It just works. You know what I mean? Y'all covering all the angles, bro.
Hey, we're just trying to get across there, King Mag. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got people from Colombia. Somebody called in from Colombia just a few moments ago. You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
Colombia, they checking it out, man. They want to know what.
I got to say this. If you a hip hop head, if you listen to lyricism and you respect the art form and the craft as a whole, and this is not knocking like anything that's gone mainstream or whatever, but if you listen to that, if you just listen to the names that was just mentioned during this exchange, if you know, you fucking know. If you don't know, then you just don't fucking know. And John Harp, you full of shit too, okay?
No, wait a minute. Listen, I'm not just getting that King Magnetic. I say West Side Gunners haven't reached the plateau of having a hit, haven't crossed over into mainstream. You see, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the mainstream acts.
I see that, but but you bugging though. West Side Gun and them, they mainstream as fuck right now.
I haven't heard them.
We've been telling them.
I don't know what you're listening to. I can't stop hearing them. I can't. Everywhere I go.
I'm sorry.
I don't really go nowhere.
I don't get PA stations here in New York. I don't hear them on Hot 97. I don't hear them on Power 105. I don't hear them on WBLS.
That's funny because that's why I heard them. Yeah. Listen, or serious, or yeah. Listen, they should getting heavy spins.
Wait. Let me get something straight though.
It seems
New York, is it? Allentown, you're getting New York radio stations in Allentown, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whole life.
So they're getting New York radio stations in Allentown. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're talking about Allentown's what, about 2 hours outside of New York?
Hour and a half. Shit, I was on Rikers.
Yeah, so I'm
it's
saying
right down the street.
So yeah, they're getting New York radio. You know what I mean?
I'll put it like this. I feel you as far as like a hit. They don't have a hit, like a huge hit that they can live off the rest of their lives. But they're definitely in mainstream culture right now. You gotta look at the shit that they rocking.
You know what I mean?
To me, they're doing the late shows and shit like that. Like they don't put just regular underground rappers on that shit.
I don't see them on Billboard, Mr. Magnetic. They're not in the top 10 or the top 20 of Billboard. Therefore, they don't exist.
You got some weird ass standards for hip hop, bro. I don't know. That's goofy. Shit, I've been on Billboard 4 times. That shit don't mean
music. Music is music. It don't. Hey, listen. The #1 song for 30 weeks last year was Lil Nas X. Okay, you might not consider that hip hop, but it was in a hip hop form, and therefore it made it hip hop, and that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter.
It was a country song. It was a country song that got bumped to hip hop because there ain't want no niggas. That's a fact. Look that up. You don't even know what you're talking about. That's crazy.
That did not exclude it from Billboard, is my point. It was considered hip hop and it was #1. There were several hip hop songs that's #1 in the country. For instance, I believe Drake has 26 of them. You understand? Not that I toot his horn because he's a Canadian, but I'm just saying, stipulating that it does not matter if it's hip hop or not. If you want to be #1 in Billboard, it does not matter. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, so Post Malone's hip hop and the Vanilla Ice Baby was #1 for how long? I'm not. You're not resonating with me, bro.
No. You're taking examples of what would be considered not street hip hop. But what we're saying here is Jay-Z's been #1. So does that mean he's not street hip hop?
You just said Billboard.
Billboard, yes. Jay-Z's been #1 in Billboard. Hard Knock Life was #1.
It was Vanilla Ice.
Say again.
It really all depends on your criteria for what you think hip hop is acceptably about. And there are gatekeepers and there are people who were just in it to make the music. So he's saying that he's just in it to make the music and doesn't necessarily need the sales or the hits or be on Billboard to be happy making his music and have other people enjoy it.
So I'm not gonna say that no hip hop heads haven't fallen on Billboard, but you got to be twisted out of your damn mind if hip hop ever thought that Billboard was the standard for hip hop.
You made hip hop success. Yeah, that's not.
My friend.
That's like saying Grammys and shit.
Billboard. I mean,
and nobody trusts the Grammys anymore.
I don't know if we ever did. And don't get me wrong, there's been great artists that break through. Sometimes there's a genuinely good song that penetrates everything, and that's rare though. That's rare. But at the same time, like, so if it's not, you're saying if it's not a top 20 Billboard hit, that is not, it's not right.
You gotta have one in your career. You gotta have one.
Why?
I mean, Hov only got 8. Hov only got 8.
Why? Why? So listen, so you're listen, the same way you're talking about we picking and choosing shit, right? You're cherry picking a handful of people. So like, is Drake a top 5 MC?
To some people. I mean, P. Diddy said it just the other.
You. I'm talking to you. To you. Is he to you?
And he's been all over Billboard, Papa. So speak to me, Dave. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. You confuse me because I see you know your shit, but then you also like you're boxing shit in with like sales and billboards, and you're saying everybody need a hit. Atmosphere ain't got no hit.
I'm just
worth 25 though.
I'm just stating that when you have an opportunity to make the music. And when we were talking about Megan Thee Stallion, who is currently #1 with Beyonce with the remix, you have that chance to become a hit if you can make the hit. And I said Westside Gunna doesn't have one in the top 20, but Baby, Little Baby, and the Baby has had top 20 hits at this current time. That's all I'm saying. It's still available to the hip hop artist to be a #1 MC. That's all I'm saying.
Anybody out there that's watching this exchange, feel free to call in and voice your opinions on what we're discussing. I really love to hear what's going on from the outside because we can have all this chamber talk.
What does it look like?
Okay, so I can tell you what's going on in the chat. So Micah Mitchell is making a good point, and he said that real hip hop is not for the mainstream. They don't understand it, and they're not supposed to. It ain't for them. We got
so that's an insult to all the greats that been #1. That's all I'm saying.
Gentris McDowell is saying, Dave, you are not from our culture.
I am the culture. If you listen to the music, David Simon is the culture.
Jay, let them watch it. I'm almost done. Come on, cut it out.
Yo, I need to
bebop.
John Harp, your arch nemesis, says it's the same in any art form, fashion, music, and paintings. The dopest don't always get the looks, but the looks equal lasting legacy.
Depends on where you look.
That's poetry I don't understand.
What?
I don't understand.
Look. Here's another thing. Look, before you get into that, look, you're taking when you mention certain artists from over a decade ago. And tying that in, hip hop used to be way more mainstream. You know, if we're talking mid and late 90s, even early 2000s, yeah, there was a lot of thorough shit that became hits. it's not like that no more. So you can't compare what's going on right now to that.
Hold on. Time out. Rowdy Rich had the #1 record for 12 weeks this year. That's not real?
And who's that? I never heard of him.
Who that?
Oh my God. Well, then we're not even having a conversation any longer. We're just making stuff up now, John.
Never fucking heard of the guy, honestly.
I'm with him.
Never heard of him. Anybody out there else heard of him?
He won a Grammy with Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, that's why I haven't heard.
Oh, Nipsey Hussle.
That's why I haven't heard of him. Gotcha.
And he had the #1 record, Stick in the Box, for 12 weeks this year. That's 3 months.
Man.
Wait, is he saying Rowdy Piper?
12 weeks too.
The wrestler?
It's crazy. The wrestler.
It's buffoonery now. That's what we're doing. We're not going to keep it real.
I've never heard of that guy, bro.
But listen,
it's on TikTok for 12 weeks.
This is what I'm saying. Like, so basically, what you're asking me to compare my success.
No,
and having the freedom to do what I want to do and spend time with my kids, which is success for me. To some bum dudes that can't rap, that work the machine in the climate that it's in now. And then until you do what they're doing, is not hip hop, is not success in hip hop. That doesn't sound right.
Success means something different to different people. I was just stipulating what success means to me, and I was saying top 20, and I didn't use just your career, sir. I applaud your career because you were able to create success that there are many artists that I know have never had. But what I was stipulating was the guys like West Side Gunner, for instance. I use them as today's artists that have not reached that plateau of having a hit. Now, that's what success is to me, not just what your career has been done. Because again, I applaud you. But I was just saying what it means to me.
John is over there losing his shit, or sorry, Architect's losing his shit.
Yo, I'm just looking at the comments, talking, and some of the comments have
the comment section is holding us down with the comedy. Make sure you like and subscribe while y'all in there, because in 3 minutes we gonna be over this.
Hey, John Hart, it's love, baby. I know I said you full of shit, whatever. It's all love, bro. It's all love, baby. But nah, man.
If I told you what I did for the culture, I have to kill you.
Really? Really?
Hello, NSA? Are you listening? Hello? What? Look at King Magnetic.
This just took a turn for the worse.
This took a hard left.
Yeah, this is great.
Yo, I knew this shit was gonna be fucking unhinged, bro. I knew it. I fucking knew it. From the second this shit got booked, I was like, this shit's gonna be fucking unhinged. I knew it.
Well, you let David loose on him, of course.
Well, I mean,
nobody's loose. We were just talking. This is hip hop right here. Mr. Magnetic has been honest and forthright, and I appreciate that. He's saying that.
Yeah, same. Likewise. We just talking. Ain't nothing crazy. Ain't nobody being disrespectful. It's important to get different people's perspective.
We're not saying that.
What you saying, Shorty? Why don't you got a camera on?
I'm broadcasting from a secure location.
Mr. Magnetic, don't even go there, bro. That's a story for another day, another year, another decade, bro. You would have to be here 40 years to get that story.
Damn.
Y'all got 2 minutes.
Yo, I knew I knew this shit was gonna be unhinged, bro. I already fucking knew it.
I just want to say hi to his little girl that keeps peeking her head up in the back.
You want to say hi? Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Come say hi.
You don't have to broadcast her. She don't have to talk to strangers.
Mama,
say hi.
You that burger from Coming to America, bro.
Look at that little face.
Say bye.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, go sit with your sister. Go sit with your sister.
Yeah, I already knew. I already knew this shit was gonna be off jump. I already know. So, don't know.
Yo, so anyway, though, listen. For the people that's tuned in, man, kingmagnetic.com or put me in any search engine, and there's tons of shit, man. It doesn't matter where you start. You know what I mean? You'll be there for a minute.
King Magnetic, man, it's a pleasure to have you on the Hip Hop Citizen live stream.
No doubt.
Yes, please come back soon.
Thank everybody.
King Magnetic.
God bless. My
Applause,
friend. God
applause.
bless.
My man got
Hey, I look forward to seeing you on Billboard, no matter if you want to or not.
I mean, look, all you got to do is look. I'm on there 4 times already. That's what I'm saying. That was like the whole point of what I was saying. You know what I mean? I'd like a higher ranking would be cool, but I you know what I mean? I ain't sweating it. I'm sweating because I'm fat.
Absolutely.
Real,
Thank you, sir. He says
right,
getting hot in here. Good
Hey, thanks for
night.
calling in, brother. Yeah, that was King Magnetic, y'all.
His information is in the description box on YouTube.
McDowell, God bless you. But no 5-0 here, bro.
No 5-0. Who is that? Gertis? I'm not sure how you say his name.
Yes, Gertrude.
Not Gertrude.
Hey, yo, you know what, man? I'm not gonna lie. Like, I enjoyed this because I already knew off the jump when I had talked to him about booking him and having him come on. I said, I already know this shit's gonna be unhinged just because of the personality that he is and the person he is. I already knew Dave in the mix. You know, Dave with his interviewing skills. I already knew what was gonna happen, man.
That was he's like the Piers Morgan of hip hop right here.
That was a good.
Yo, hey, McDowell, ask the industry friends that you got who Milk is, and they'll tell you what I've done.
Nah,
I'm not.
All right, let's not name call McDowell. Come on now.
You ask who
ain't
Milk
no need
is.
for that.
Let them tell you.
Yeah, McDowell.
I've been here 30 years, cuz 30 years.
If you want to call in, the link is in the bio, man. Just
absolutely. This is the time for everybody to talk about King Magnetic. He was a great guest. We hope that you enjoyed the discussion because DAVIDSIMONISM is always that interviewer that will make you sit and listen. So you want to make sure, if you want to hear it every week, to come back with hit the subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, comment in the chat, call in. This is a call-in show in case y'all don't know. You don't have to just sit around and listen to us.
Well said, Diva. And David, I think that's a great, David, no one could pull the real personality out of King Magnetic better than you. And what a great interview between all of you guys. That was really great.
Give it up for the Geraldo of hip hop, everybody.
He said the Geraldo.
Yeah. So
what we moving into now?
We moving into the topic of tonight's show, man. The battle between Jay-Z versus DMX.
Woo!
Come on.
DIVA will be representing Jay-Z.
That's right.
And DAVIDSIMONISM will be representing DMX.
Yeah.
All right. So as we lead into that, are we sticking with the 10, or are we trimming down? How we working that? Let me know.
What do you get? Popcorn.
Everybody get your snacks, share the link, let your friends know this is the battle that actually people have been asking for on Instagram from Swizz and Timberland, but DMX is about it. Nobody's heard from Jay. He's kind of got other stuff going on. But he's got some family issues going on. So nobody's heard from Jay, and it's unlikely to happen. So what we decided to do was put this together because Dave and I were already arguing. And so we said, well, let's go ahead and do Jay-Z versus DMX and see how things turn out. And we'll leave it up to the chat and the fans and, of course, this illustrious panel to figure out who's coming out on top.
Well, you already know where I stand, but I'm going to keep my comments to myself, and I'm going to let the people decide.
And what's the number, McDowell? It should be in the description box.
Yeah, there should be a pin down there. Juan, did anybody put the pin?
Number? It's a link. Just click on the link.
Click on the link to call in. Anybody that's out there. And are we going to take the callers in between tracks? Are we going to roll through all the tracks? How are we doing this?
Callers, just know if you call in, you might not get on right away, but during a break in the tracks, I'll put you on.
Okay.
All right, so we leading in?
Well, let me go ahead and say this. So if you want to participate, spread your vote, go ahead and put a champagne bottle for Jay-Z and put a puppy dog for DMX.
Okay. Hey, can you guys keep this conversation going for a minute? Because I have something.
Sure.
All right. Shout out to James Choi in the chat room.
Absolutely.
Following HipHopCitizen for a while.
Who else we have in the chat that needs to get shouted out? F. Allen.
Yeah, F. Allen.
With us on YouTube.
Yeah, shout out to John Harp as always. Always tunes in every week.
Always, John. You got to call in at some point.
Yeah, Nashana, always comes in.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, I think this is his first time at McDowell, man. I never seen him here before.
No.
But he's been, pretty vocal.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
The hip hop know-it-all.
The hip hop know-it-all. If McDowell calls in here, David, all right.
Yeah, so I guess while we're waiting on Architect, I guess we can discuss the Joe Biden situation, man. You familiar with that, Simon?
What's that?
Joe Biden on the Breakfast Club interview.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, he said, what did he say, Diva?
What Biden said when he went on the Breakfast Club was he let Charlamagne the God bait him, basically. He didn't do his research. There must not be anybody black on his team. The crux of the interview came when Charlamagne kept saying, well, earn my vote, earn my vote, earn my vote. And Biden, with his old self, got frustrated and said, look, if you don't vote for me and you go for Trump, you ain't black.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot.
And I'm floored just hearing about it. I didn't hear the interview. I haven't read the article, but just that headline to me is just so tacky.
So what gives a rich white man the right to tell somebody that they're not black?
First of all,
I just need to know that. And yes, and I bullshit about Trump, whatever. Yeah, he says the fucking stupidest shit too, right?
Right.
And now we got this guy, Democrat who supposed to be the front runner, says that. I mean, if that doesn't tell you where we at as a country, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, I can say this because I know it as historical fact. Who gained the most African American votes in a presidential election?
Who gained the most?
But
yes, who had the most black votes in the presidential election, in the historical presidential election?
Oh, historically, wow.
That's correct. And when you say Obama, you would have to say Joe Biden. So what he was stating is, if you're not voting for me as you did before, then you can't be black.
But can you really put it in that context? Because the vote wasn't for him. He was a ride along. It was for Obama.
No, it was for Michelle. It was for Sasha. It was for Malaya. It was for Biden. It was for Dr. Biden and what was his son name? Bo Biden.
Hunter. And Bo passed away. Rest in peace.
You talking about I thought you were talking about his cokehead son, the one that got kicked out of the Navy and then got those nice contracts overseas.
It was a black vote for him as well.
Allegedly.
No, that's facts. He got kicked out of the Navy for coke. That's facts.
Okay, well, the overseas thing in Ukraine is allegedly, and we are on YouTube, so allegedly. But
the point is, you have a rich white guy telling you where your vote needs to be.
It's true.
Okay, but my thing is, so what makes them any different?
The difference is the black vote already went towards Biden.
Really?
That is true. In the primaries, when Bernie was still in it, for some reason he took a lot of southern states.
Identity politics.
I'm talking historically.
Yeah, but I agree here with John Harp. He said it was a very poor attempt to show swag, no more, no less. And I agree, because another candidate that was on Breakfast Club to me, who tried to show that she was down, was Hillary Clinton, when she said that she had hot sauce.
Oh yeah, pandering,
bro.
Yeah. So that was that's what I think he did, but it came across wrong, because you could be black and be a Republican. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. That's what I was saying before.
But how is that okay? How is that any different than anything that Trump's been doing? Is my point. How is that any different? Trump's just
Trump is obviously being braggadocious, bombastic, and a bum. Biden, we thought, was a little more educated, had a little more couth to him, and then he's gonna come out his mouth and say something like this.
Well, that's cool, because he had the couth when he voted for the '94 crime bill too. But anyway,
well, Clinton signed it. and everybody voted, and Democrats voted for Clinton. Look, everybody's going to pass, but Biden's recent pass is running with Obama and getting 60% of the African American vote in those two elections.
Bro, why is Obama God? What changed? What really changed outside of the fact that we had a man of color in the White House, and I voted for him both times, just so I'm clear. Okay.
Yeah.
What changed?
You want to know what changed?
History. In the streets. The job in the city was still shit. You know what I'm saying? What has changed? Tinfoil hat.
History changed, Mike. Just like if Biden wins, history will change again. It would be the first female vice president.
Yeah, because
I'm sorry.
What dialect?
No, I'm sorry. I guess Dave has a delay, but I was like, that seems to be what he's going for. He did say he's looking at females to be his running mate, and he also mentioned African American females as well.
Pandering.
Yeah, so that seems to be the direction that he's going.
Thank you, DIVA.
Sarah Palin was a female. Did that do anything for John McCain?
Made him a laughing stock.
So I'm clear. I'm not on the side. I just look at it and say, I'm tired of the pandering and all the fucking tap dancing bullshit. Let's get something done.
Yeah.
Well, what is shaking hands and kissing babies really is but pandering?
Right. So I think for me as people that, and I feel like we dynamic, we not static. We should not.
We're not a monolith.
Right. We shouldn't. There's this idea that if you don't pick a certain side, you know what I'm saying, that you're whatever you may be, depending on what side you are. But but when I look at it, I'm like, what the hell is changing? What is changing?
My thing is that's the no real Scotsman logical fallacy, that if you aren't this, you aren't this. So for me, Black people are not a monolith. You can have Black conservatives and you can have, Black feminists and all those different people, but I believe we all have a collective experience or a collective experiential background, but that doesn't mean that the person next to me has to vote the way I vote because of our skin tone. Right. So that's what I didn't appreciate about that comment.
Let's look at the facts. Make America great again. What have we had but nothing but racial attacks from Southern white males? And we have a disease right now killing communities of Black individuals. I mean, we are 30% of New Orleans, but 70% of the deaths in New Orleans from this COVID-19.
15% of the population and almost 70% of the prison population.
So, and this is not making America great. So if you ask what has changed, is we're going backwards. And if this man is saying that if you want to put a stop to us going backwards, he might not progress us. And when I say us, I mean my Black people.
Have we ever been?
He can put the stopper in the tub, the bathwater, instead of throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Are we really?
I see what David's saying. He's saying he can. Biden can stop the bleeding.
So Biden can stop so the lesser of two evils, the racist Democrat versus the racist Republican.
Isn't that always the case? Just like South Park episode, you're either voting for a shit sandwich or a douche.
That shit is crazy to me.
South Park did a whole episode about it.
Hey, look, this is a republic, so it's the lesser of two evils.
It's crazy to me. I get upset and I'm passionate about it, and I lose my shit because I look around and I'm like, from
2 minutes, guys.
From the folks in the ghetto to the folks in the trailer park, they all getting the same shit. Nothing.
What does the viewers think? If you're up there, let me hear you call in. What do you think? Why don't you join the discussion here?
Yeah, but
did you pin the number? Did you put the number in the description box, Juan?
What's that, Dave?
Yeah, the link.
What would you have? Would you have a man that was sarcastically suggesting people drink disinfect for the coronavirus? Or would you have someone that don't know what the coronavirus is?
And this is the
corona.
The issue is
Oh yeah, you can't say that.
The issue
or something.
Sorry.
The issue isn't the individuals that are in office. It's It's the outlets that push whatever the narrative they want to push. Because at this point, the outlets are paid for advertisements for either Republican or Democrat, right? Because we all know that Trump didn't say, yo, why don't you go ahead and try to drink disinfectant? That's not what he was talking about. He was talking to the doctors about a conversation they had. It got caught live on a mic. CNN picked it up. Trump recommends drinking whatever the fuck. Come on, bro. Like at some point, as a critical thinker, you need to pay attention to what's being fed to you too. And it's not.
He didn't recommend it. He said we're gonna scientifically try to work it out. And see
it's
if
possible. He turned to Dr. Briggs and on the mic at the press conference said, what do you think? Do you think it's possible that, we can clean it out? We can clean it out. We can maybe use disinfectant, kind of like that, something like that. And no, he was sundowning. That man has early onset.
There was 600 to 700
was talking about a procedure
daily in New York.
He was talking about a procedure that uses ultraviolet light, and there's a something that they push into the blood that's considered medically a disinfectant. That's what he was talking about.
I really doubt he knows deeply about that shit. I think he meant Lysol.
Do the research. Do the research.
Clorox.
But architect, though, man, you gotta admit, though, man, it does sound a little crazy. But one thing we can't say, though, man. What Joe Biden said today on the Breakfast Club: if you don't vote for him, you're not black. Idiotic statement. You know what I'm saying?
That was some bull.
It was.
Y'all go fill that booth up, okay?
Wait a minute, though. I mean, to play devil's advocate, to play blue-eyed devil's advocate. Is there some truth to that?
To what?
Blacks have voted for him before. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, to a statement though. I mean, what? I mean, how black are you if you're not going to vote for?
No, I don't buy. That's a logical fallacy. I don't do no real Scotsman. No.
That's okay. Just because you hate Trump, that's okay.
Well, if I go in there and I vote for Trump, I'm still black when I leave. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Exactly.
You're not for the black people.
What do you
That's
say?
what he's stating. You're not pro-black.
But if like I said, then state that. But even if you say that, it's still dumb, man. I mean, it's still a dumb.
It's dumb as shit.
Yeah, a politician.
Critically thinking. And it's dumb.
Charlemagne baited the vice president in the beginning. He said in the onset, "Let's talk about the black agenda." Wasn't that the bait, hook, line, and he took the bait?
If you've listened to Charlemagne even before the Breakfast Club, you already know how he moves. So you knew it was going to be about some shit, and he was not prepared.
Kamala Harris, he talked about the white husband. Cory Booker, he talked about Rosario Dawson.
That's what Charlemagne is supposed to do. Like, why are you coming at Charlemagne? That's not the man you're going to vote to run the country. So who cares what Charlemagne says? You're the fucking politician. You got to say sensible shit. You got to be impeccable with your word. You can't go up there saying if you're not voting for Democrats, you're not black. End of the
right.
Yeah,
be on point. Be on point.
Yeah,
know your enemy.
You want to vote for Charlemagne for president? That's what he does. He doesn't.
What if he was saying, if you don't vote for me, you're not voting for Barack for a 12th year, the 12th term or third term?
Who said that?
I'm saying Biden saying if you don't vote for him, you're not black. That means you're not voting for Barack Obama.
This is interpretation of what he's saying. You can't, it's different interpretations, but what he said. Absolutely. If you vote for me, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. You can't say that.
You're not voting for Barack
That
Obama.
was a ridiculous statement.
That's all it is.
I'm sorry, and call me wrong. You can call me whatever you want. Anybody that thinks that's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why would you defend that?
Wait a minute. I mean, I don't know the president, the vice president, and I don't call him nowhere near my brother. But what if VP vice president thinks he's cool enough that he's that, we call them yo boys, right? Architect. We grew up with those guys like that. Yo. So what if vice president Biden's a yo boy?
The same thing as me running around thinking I can use the N-word anywhere I go. I can use it in my.
How about this? He was stating that if you don't vote for me, you must be a cracker voting for Donald Trump.
Hey,
that's
that wouldn't be okay either.
But wait a minute,
you're not black.
You don't think the president is telling his donors that behind closed doors at $2,000 a plate? If you don't vote for me, you're voting for them.
I understand you.
He can say that if he wants to.
You limit somebody's.
Get him out.
Listen,
when black people came to Donald Trump's stump thumping, and he said, get him out, throw him out. That was just as saying, if you don't vote for me, you ain't white.
but he didn't use those words. That's the thing. He used the actual words.
It's all about people's inference and the perception.
Yeah, that's a bad. He can't.
Maybe black people you got to be literal with.
What he could have said was, if you don't vote for me and you're black, you're gonna have a huge problem. Say something like that. You know what I'm saying?
This is Biden though.
No, don't say you're not black. That's like scientifically, that's not even
like this is the same guy.
Calling it the Rona.
At this point, Biden is sitting on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. It's like you can't ride, Barack's coattails for the next 8 years.
That's true.
What do you mean? He's going to do it for 12 if he wins.
It's not going to be Obama's third term. I know a lot of people want it to be, but it's not going to be Obama's third term. It's going to be Biden's first.
Yeah.
When you get health care, you tell me whose term it is.
At this point, I'm tired of the talk being about the president, because the president doesn't run shit. It's Congress. Because let me tell you something. When Barack was trying to get shit done, architect, and set up programs and do other stuff like that, who was he dealing with? Ryan. After Ryan left, who is he dealing with before that? Boehner. Now who's he dealing with? McConnell. How are you supposed to even? He's like a goalie on the ice, and he's trying to get the puck past these fools, and he can't even get anything done.
There was a certain time when Obama was in that it was a fully democratic situation, and shit still didn't get done. So
what are you talking about? Healthcare was pushed. We got free health. We got practically free healthcare.
Well,
I celebrate. Hey, Dave. I celebrate that. And this is where I say I'm not static, right? I can give you the good pieces of a man and give you the bad pieces. I'm not in the business of saying I'm staying on this side. I'm in the business of what have you done for me lately?
Okay, Janet. Everybody wants to cry that all the time.
But it's the facts. It's the facts.
And I'm saying what he's offering is to put a stopper in the tub to prevent us throwing this country out with the bathwater. Well, because it's in a damaged position right now. Trump has practically bankrupt this country.
Really? Or was it coronavirus?
Stop saying.
Wait a minute. You can't have both ways, John. You can't say the coronavirus is a hoax and then say that it's the reason why we got 30 million people unemployed. You can't have both sides.
You gotta call it the beverage, because we're gonna get demonetized if you keep using that word.
Monetization, man. There's censorship going on here. Somebody's censoring us. We're not allowed to say those words.
The CIA's watching.
Yeah, the NSA is on it. That's why I'm in a secure location.
Yeah,
John.
Just to close this out, man, I just want to say that what he said, even if it was like in the heat of the moment, it was the wrong thing to say.
Wrong.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not the way, if you're trying to target a certain demographic to win their votes.
That's not the way to do it.
If you don't vote for me, then you're not who you are. You're not God. You know what I'm saying? You can't make that type of comment.
On the closeout, as we close out, do you feel that affects the election?
No.
Because
we're still going to vote for him anyway.
Listen.
No, it's not a big enough issue.
You can't be black.
I'm open to voting for a third party candidate.
That's mad.
I wish.
Will that make a difference? Is that really going to make a difference?
But like I said, it'll make me feel good at the end of the day.
I don't know if there's a third party running, so you would have to write them in.
Conspiracy, Nashana. Conspiracy to keep my people down.
As an American citizen, you're allowed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at is pretty much a state where the party is going to win regardless. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't have to tell us.
Yeah.
Not the James Brown fines. Don't wish that on us. We tried to keep it. We just gonna call it the beverage from now on. He's trying to give us a sip of the beverage.
That you're in, what was the black lady running for governor that they stole the election from?
Stacey Abrams.
Exactly. So you're in a position where you could vote for Biden as a black man, and your state will still give him the electoral vote. Donald Trump the electoral votes. So it doesn't matter.
Hey, electoral. Juan, in Stafford they had that situation, right?
Well, look, this is a republic, and it's not an absolute democracy.
Right? Yeah.
my vote's going directly to that person. No, your vote's going to your elected representative, and they cast the vote for you.
The delegate, because that's what happened.
Yeah, your delegates are casting the votes for you.
But I'm
your delegates, and then they cast.
And they don't have to listen to you either. That's the sad part.
Right? They can say "F you."
Hey,
exactly. You can call an audible.
3 million votes. 3 million votes in the popular vote. It didn't mean anything.
Oh, that comment.
Yeah, but
Who's coming?
No, Biden's comment.
Oh yeah. So wrapping it up, Biden's comment was booty.
I'm ready to vote tonight, man. I'm ready to vote for Jay-Z or DMX.
Okay, so we're gonna get back on track. So
Yeah.
let's have a little fun. Let's have a sorbet, if you will.
Jay-Z for president.
No.
All right. So who's going?
You can't
first?
have that
Call me
bleeding
out the
heart
song.
right now. That's a bleeding heart.
Let's go ahead and let David go first. David, are you ready to introduce? Yeah, you ready to introduce your track?
You're okay. I'm going with 24 Hours to Live, and I'll filibuster here until you give me the high sign, Mr. John.
Got you.
Okay, so
go ahead and...
when I first heard the song 24 Hours to Live, I wasn't familiar with DMX. It was actually the first time I heard DMX. This was before his hit single Get At Me Dog, which I'm hoping to play later on this evening. And I thought that originally DMX was also a bad boy artist. So it wasn't until a couple of weeks later that I was notified that he had signed with Def Jam and was working with Irv Gotti and Rough Riders. So he was a out of nowhere MC, but his raspy and rawness on 24 Hours to Live was actually the standout artist. And I was a Black Rob fan, and I'm still am a Black Rob fan. I mean, Mace, I could take him or leave him, but those two artists there on that track made that song what it is, and Mace sold platinum. So by that being his single, also with If You Think I'm Sexy, who's that? Rob Stewart, the Rob Stewart remake. That's what made Mace album what it was for the streets, is 24 Hours to Live. And it gives you something to think about, especially with this I don't even know what you can call it now so we can monetize this, the sickness. With the sickness here, we all may have just 24 hours to live. And
that's deep. Go ahead and play it.
Monetization again. Cha-ching.
Let's remember that.
There's another 20 cents going.
When we're listening to the first single, no, the second single off of Mason Betha's album, 24 Hours to Live.
Okay.
Are you ready, Mr. Architect? Okay. We just got a few more seconds to go here because the locks was on there as well. Shout out to King Magnetic. He came in here and he brought some realness, some force to tonight's episode.
Just as a
good night, Nashana.
I want y'all to know these are feature tracks, so I have to get to where Dave's pieces are.
Okay.
Yes, we know. I'm with you.
But Dave,
I'm with you.
Remember that DMX was on another song on that Mace album, Harlem World?
I did not know that.
I think he was on the either the opening track or the second track. He did the hook.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a dope song.
Well, hey, I'm gonna tell you honestly, I didn't know Sheik Luch had did the hook to Get At Me Dog until I seen him perform on this Fox show. I'm not sure, was it Uptown Comedy Club? It might not have been Uptown Comedy Club. That might have been too late. It was another show that they were performing, and Sheik Luch was doing it. Get At Me Dog, and I was shocked. I didn't even know what Rough Riders were at that time.
When I was listening to it the other day, I said, that sounds like Sheik Luch on a hook.
You got it, Architect?
It's coming. Hold on. It's difficult.
Let
your brain amazes me. Cheech who?
You said Cheech Marin? No, I said Sheik Luch.
Sheik Luch.
Okay.
Oh, I said something else?
No.
No, you didn't. No.
Okay.
No, I was just saying. I was amazed at how far the mind goes back.
Yeah, but
Now dialect's like a Wikipedia for hip hop.
Yeah,
Jesus.
but Black Rob had the hottest verse on that song, though, hands down.
He might have, but
Hottest verse.
I think the rawness X shocked me. I didn't know. Again, I didn't know who he were, so I was like, "Yo, what is this happening right now?" And
ladies and gentlemen,
who's this bag we're trying to put out?
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys hearing me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is DMX's verse. Sorry, I had to forward through all 20 people on the track. And so this is DMX's verse coming up. I think it's Mace before him, if I'm not mistaken.
Black Rob.
And Black Rob. And so it's the end of Black Rob's verse, and we're going to DMX. We ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Let the battle begin.
I'm gonna waste a lot of lives, but I'll cherish every breath. I know exactly where I'm going, but I'ma send you there first. And with the shit that I'll be doing, I'ma send you there first. I've been living with a curse, and now it's all about to end. But before I go, say hello to my little friend. But I got to make it right, reconcile with my mother. Try to explain to my son, to my girl I love her. See four up under the coat, snatch up my dog. Turn like 3 villains on Wall Street into a fog. Out with a bang, you will remember my name. I wanted to live forever, but this was the thing. You got 24 hours.
Now, to close that, you can end it right there. To close that, 3 buildings on Wall Street to a fog was 1998 when this song came out. That's before Towers 1, 2, and 7 turned to rubbles, 9/11.
Yeah, F. Allen. Yeah, I think it was Jadakiss that said that. He would eat some fried chicken and drink a Nantucket. He had 24 hours to live.
All right, Diva, what you got?
All right, well, thank you for that thrilling display of mediocrity. What we got coming up here is Jay-Z. Let me know when you got everything queued up. So, Sean Corey Carter coming out of the BX, if I'm not mistaken.
Joint.
Oh. Brooklyn.
Which joint?
Oh, it's got to be Brooklyn. Thank you.
Yo, I'm done. It's over. It's over. It's over. I'm done.
Oh, I wouldn't think you want to claim him. I don't think you want to claim him. I'm going to put him over in the other borough.
I'm finished. Dialect. What do you want from me now?
What's next? What you got, Diva? What song?
We're going to start with a classic, Can't Knock the Hustle.
All right. Are we going straight from the top, right?
We're going at 137. I think this is what I sent you.
See, y'all some divas for real.
What?
All right, well, you better talk it up because I got to cue them up.
All right.
Yeah,
that's
blasphemy.
Jay-Z came out of Brooklyn.
Yes, correct.
And everybody knows the past, but he decided that he was going to hustle a new way. He was going to take this rap game and turn it completely on its head. And what he did was, like we were talking about earlier, he absolutely took it mainstream. He actually made it a business. He said he's a businessman. And this is why we pay attention to him. And he still is to this day, but he left a legacy that can't be denied. That can't be trifled with. And that doesn't consist of a lot of features. I think it's important to pay attention to what this man has done, regardless of sales, regardless of mainstream, regardless of anybody thinks he's sold out. You can't deny the beats and the lyrics that he came with. And the flow speaks for itself.
You know, I always tell people about Jay-Z when he did that song. I don't know if you remember Dead Presidents. He was actually mapping out his plans for the hip-hop game. And everything that he said in that song actually came to fruition. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be the dominant MC, the dominant artist in hip-hop and pop culture. You know what I'm saying? And look at him today. You know, not a lot of artists accomplish that. So that's another thing that's great about Jay-Z.
I mean, people are invoking his name to this day.
Passed him years ago.
What's that?
What?
Kanye passed him years ago.
I don't know.
We're not talking about him.
He finished him.
We're not talking about him.
All right, so Diva, I don't know if this is the right spot, but this is what y'all gonna have to deal with, and I don't really think. But here we go.
This man doing is ushering in the 2000s.
Okay.
because this was on the Rush Hour soundtrack. Who remembers that? You remember Rush Hour and you associate it with this song. And this song introduced Ja Rule. It had everybody bouncing in the clubs, bouncing in the video, and put Emil and Major Coins on, though that lasted like 6 weeks. But the point is, he was the one that came in and introduced bounce and danceability and just that chart topping that hip hop needed when he was planning on making it a business.
So wait, are we going verse for verse or are we going song? Because in my opinion, if it's verse for verse, that's kind of a tight run right there. I'm gonna have to say Dave might be on one on that one.
Yeah, I mean, but too, you didn't pick the right song though. But
I just went with it. I mean, it's live TV, not TV, but it's live. So what are you gonna do?
Can you cue up Ride or Die for me?
I got you.
Cause I figure if I got one, I might as well go for the knockout right now. I might as well go for the finisher.
Oh, you can wear. I'll let you wear yourself out if you want to use that analogy. You can go ahead and windmill and backtrack all you want right now. Wear yourself out, and I'll just tip you over.
I got 3 more that's just as hard. But this one right here should put me in a real good advantage point. I don't think Hov got anything harder than this.
It's not about hard at this point. I'm just about these are the songs that are winning. We didn't put up the criteria where it was about, well, we want the lyrics to be deep and say this and all that. I'm like, no, I'm just putting up winning songs.
Okay. That was pretty soft, that last one, but I know that wasn't your pick. So I'm going to just let it live.
Gee, thanks.
I'm gonna let it live with the BX.
Yeah, John, I'm going with not only Jay's flow and cadence in the beat, because Jay was all about producers. He always had the hottest producers, and that's another thing people remembered about him and what made him the rapper of the 2000s, what everybody remembers. You can play those beats now, and people are still like running to go bounce to them.
One of Hov's gangsterish songs was produced by Swiss Beats.
Mm-hmm. Your point.
DMX's whole album is produced by Swiss Beats.
From now on, yeah, no more features.
Yeah. Well, I got one more.
Daisy had nothing but features.
And niggas done started something. Those are my last features. And honestly, I don't think Hard Knock Life could have done much better.
That wasn't what I picked either.
Wasn't that the one that you selected last time?
No, I selected Can't Knock the Hustle, like the first album that came out.
Right. That you're right. Can't Knock the Hustle is off the Hard Knock Life album.
No, it's off of Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable Doubt.
No, it's off of the Hard Knock Life.
No.
Okay.
Reasonable Doubt.
Dialect.
Reasonable Doubt.
You Can't Knock the Hustle?
Yes. Reasonable Doubt. This is his first album.
Okay, you're right. You were
well, how come it was right when Dialect said it?
No. Because I actually heard what you were saying. You wasn't asking for the hard song, which was on Hard Knock Life, and that is It's a Hard Knock Life. That will kill Can't Knock the Hustle any day. But okay.
All right, we ready?
Yes.
Yep. Ready.
All right. So we got there's a little bit of a verse before DMX comes in. Mm-hmm. This is the Ride or Die. This is the crew joint with the locks. Drag On, right? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's
ride or die, baby.
Right.
Back to hell of a back. It's my I'm an instinct that keeps my head above the wall. Every day I show another hour. Your dog, ball home to the first. Tap, meant to stop. Blood, shoot to break thought. Enough keys from the Cuban to build a fort. It's something that can't control. Try to get a hold of it. Ain't going to swole. Get bodies like a coke. Stay face. In the fucking streets, cause it ain't words. The Undertaker, take your ass under the earthquake. Love money, but scram is high. So I snatch up my
All right.
Okay. Here comes the boom. Here comes the boom. Love that one too.
X is vicious. X is vicious.
Yeah, that was when
that's the only thing I'm saying.
That's when Rough Riders tried to do that remake that
Yes, the headbanger.
Yeah, that was a hot man. That was a hot joint.
It was absolutely hard.
That was hot. Yo, Dave picking some joints, man.
So I'm gonna say this, and I think that's the main thing that I found out when I was given the playlist, and I looked at them, and I said, when I looked at the value in the placement, I was like, okay, yeah, both playlists are real dope. But what you got, Diva?
All right, so Can't Knock the Hustle?
Y'all with these fucking features, man. All right.
That's not a feature.
It's not a feature.
Well,
okay.
Foxy Brown is on it.
No, Mary J. Blige is on the hook on that one.
Yeah, that's the only thing, but this is Jay's song.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
All right, well, here you go.
Dígame, you kidding me or what, man? There's a bunch of Friday night. They said they got rope, cocaine, fish. Go. You bring. You get then. Oh, and Chico. If anything to the Bible, stick. Yeah. Fast.
How's it sound? We're good?
Yeah, it's breaking up.
It sounds like it's like.
Yeah, it's breaking up like every other second.
Yeah.
But everybody knows what it is.
Okay, shit now.
Yo, I'm making short-term goals when the weather flows. Yes, put away the leathers and put ice on the gold. Chilly with enough bail money to free a big Willie. High stakes, I got more at stake than Philly. Shopping sprees, copping 3, deuce fever, yeses, fully loaded, yes. Bouncing in the Lex Luger, tire smoke like Buddha. 50 G's to the crab shooter, niggas can't fade me. Chrome stocks beaming, through my peripheral, I see you scheming. Stop dreaming, I leave your body steaming. Niggas is fiending, what's the meaning? I'm leaning on any nigga intervening with the sound of my money machining. My cup runneth over with hundreds. I'm one of the best niggas that done it. 6 digits and running, y'all niggas don't want it. I got the Godfather flow, the Don Juan, the Marco. Swear to God, don't get it fucked up.
What do you say, audience? Let me hear you.
Absolutely. What do we say? We got champagne bottles for Jay. We got puppy dogs for DMX.
What's up?
Even though that ran a little smoother than mine, just remember that Rough Riders, it was hot.
Yeah, that was hard, man. I give you that one.
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Oh my God. And first of all, Alan, I'm not gonna pick all ballad rap. What's a ballad rap?
That's what I'm saying. It's
first time hearing that joint.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's a ballad rap?
It's soft, but let's get to something hard right now.
Okay, go ahead.
What you got, Dave?
Rough Riders anthem, please.
So that just goes off the top then.
Yeah, just let it play.
Yes, sir.
So we good. You ain't gonna make me work.
Yes.
You're gonna have to start getting a tip jar for this shit.
Something new. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll. Niggas wanna try, niggas wanna lie, then niggas wonder why, niggas wanna die. All I know is pain, all I feel is rain. How can I maintain with that shit on my brain? I resort to violence, my niggas moving silence. Like you don't know what I stylist. New York niggas are wildest, my niggas is with it. You want it? Come and get it. Took it, then we split it. You fucking right, we did it. What the fuck you gon' do when we run up on you? Fucking with the wrong crew. Don't know what we going through. I'ma have to show niggas how easily we blow niggas. When we find out it's some more niggas that's running with yo niggas. Nothing we can't handle. Break it up and dismantle. Light it up like a candle. Just cause I can't stand you. Put my shit on tapes like you busting grapes. Think you holding weight? and you haven't met the apes. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll.
So what we got?
Yeah, let me tell you something.
That was dope.
Let me tell you a story about DMX. He was 8 years old. No, sorry, he was 10 years old. And his moms took him to an orphanage. And he was running around playing with the kids in the orphanage, right? And he came back to his mother to go home. And she asked him, do you like it here? And he said, yeah. And she left him. Did you know that? His mother left him in the orphanage because he had fun there. That's what she brought him there to do. Drop his ass off.
That's one. No, I'm just messing with y'all.
Wow. Okay. Way to bring the room down. So what I'm gonna do is go to another party anthem. If everybody wants to be mad, that's fine, because this wasn't about me trying to come up with hard lyrics or talk about Jay's backstory or anything like that. I'm going with the ones that everybody knows, that last generations, that everybody puts on at every party. I'm gonna go with Big Pimpin' right now.
Hold up.
Okay.
That's fire.
Okay. I think
you said you're not gonna talk about the background. A little bit of shit talk there about Diva. A little sneak, little punch in the ribs. I see that. Now is this
Jay? Now this is a feature. I apologize, but I thought we were gonna go a little smoother than this. First of all, this is the first feature I got, so you need to calm down.
Ooh.
So if you slide it to 403,
he went to Yankee Stadium with his pops and watched the Yankees in the BX, and then he would go on to what's that Fordham Road and shop.
Architect, just slide it to 403, and you'll be on Jay's lyric. But that's why, you know, Jay's buying teams and other people are just going to watch him. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
DMX team is Rough Riders, and that's a gang. They're all over America, sweetheart. Not to creep you out.
Okay. Okay. That's my, first of all, Micah.
So which one you picking? The second verse on Big Pimpin'?
She's getting the verse that I found.
You know what?
You know I thug them, fuck them, love them, leave them, cause I don't fucking need them. Take them out the hood, people looking good, but I don't fucking feed them. First time they bust, I'm breathing. Talking about what's the reason? I'm a pimp in every sense of the word, bitch. Better trust and believe them. In the cup where I keep them, till I need a nut, till I need to be the Gus Dennis.
I think Diva got this one.
Many chicks wanna put chicken fist in cup, divorce him and split his bucks. Just because you got good hair, I'ma break brand so you can be living it up. Shit, I parts with nothing, y'all be frontin'. Me give my heart to a woman, not with nothing, never happen. I'll be forever macking. Hardcore assassins, I got no passion, I got no patience, and I hate waiting. Hope get your ass in and let's ride.
Who's driving their car?
Me.
Okay, so yeah, when he comes to that lyric, what does everybody do? The steering wheel. So yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself. Now, who in the chat on Facebook? First of all, we all gonna argue. Sherry, come on now, and Micah.
John, let's go to the number one hit.
What you want?
Get at me, dog.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna give you that, Dave. I'm gonna give you that.
Tough on the beat.
And F. Allen, we're gonna talk about this. So, dialect. F. Allen was saying ballad raps pander to women. Is it pandering to women to kind of like talk to them? Because we mentioned this with LL Cool J talking to the females. Yes. Do you think that's what he's talking about?
Dave, what song was that? I'm sorry, Dave.
Get at me, dog. Right off the top.
Yeah, I think that's definitely pandering to women. Yeah.
Why's it got to be pandering though?
I mean, to be honest with you, what is pandering?
Because he's a male. It's a masculine world, and he is trying to make his music as sensitive as possible so that he can sell records. Because the statistics suggest women buy albums and men don't.
Yeah, I'm right.
This one right here is crazy, man.
Exactly. We right here, dog. With my dog.
Hey, you said off the top, Dave?
Right off.
Shit is real, and I ain't really never gave a fuck.
Oh, Dave throwing some punches.
Don't make me show you what the matter. You don't know by now, then you slip. I'm on some bullshit that's got me jacking in the slip. Let my man in it stay pretty. I'm gonna stay shitty. Cruddy, it's all for the money. Is you with me? Get the bitches, now I can make the crime. When it's on, we transform like Optimus Prime. Off on the head, roll out, let's make it happen. If we ain't gonna get it with this, we'll take it cap. Bust it off, dust it off, it's soft, this nigga. It's not, let's talk this nigga. Come on, this nigga, he never made a sound. Breathe too fucking hard and he getting bust down. Yeah, niggas wanna be killers. Get at me, dog.
I gotta let the hook play.
Oh no problem.
Get at me, dog. Get at me, dog.
That's it. Mr. Architect, dance, baby, dance.
Architect don't dance, he two-step.
Hey, Diva, you'd be surprised. Anybody that knows me knows that I gets busy on the floor.
Shout out to Rocksteady crew.
Okay. And so, okay, he's swinging and windmilling. I understand that. But I'm going to come with, since everybody wants me to be hard, put the ballad reps. I'm going to put them towards the end now just to torture you. But right now, I'm going to go with Dirt Off Your Shoulder.
All right, we're going off the top, right?
Yeah. He's not, this is his song, but I mean, you can play it off the top. I prefer 124, but go ahead.
I think, honestly, Diva, that song is so dope. I don't think it even matters.
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly, that's just my opinion. But
if there's a chorus in it, yeah, then you can play it from the top.
Greatest.
This is a tough round right here. This is all right.
If you feeling like a pimp, nigga, go on, brush your shoulders off. Ladies is pimps too, go on, brush your shoulders off. Niggas is crazy, baby, don't forget that boy told you, kid. Turn up your shoulders, I probably owe it to y'all. Probably be locked by the force, trying to hustle some things. That go with the Porsche, feeling no remorse, feeling like my hand was forced. Middle finger to the law, nigga, gripping my said the ladies, they love me. From the bleachers, they screaming. All the ballers is bouncing, they like the way I be leaning. All the rappers be hating off the track that I'm making, but all the hustlers, they love it just to see one of us making. Came from the bottom to the top of the pops. London, Japan, and I'm straight off the block. Like a running back, get it, man, I'm straight off the block. I can run it back, cause I'm straight with the rock. Come on, if you feeling like a pimp, nigga, go on, brush your shoulders off.
Gotta let the hook rock.
Of course.
Don't forget that boy told you, kid. Turn up your shoulder, you gotta get. Turn up your shoulder, you gotta get.
So Jay told y'all what to do with that last round. Get that dirt off your shoulders.
Yo, listen. Hey, that round is hot. I can't even call it. If we go on verse for verse, I can't even call it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that one to Get At Me Dogs.
Understandable, but like I said, mine's about cadence, flow, and beats.
What's the count? Dialect? What you got?
Who's been keeping count? I don't know.
Is this the fourth round? Was that the fourth round we just finished?
Yes, that was the
fourth. Okay.
I think it's tied 2-2.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Any comments out there with who's up and what the count is? We got anybody in the comments?
In the chat right now, John Harp is a traitor because he said DMX the last round.
John,
so
I think John Harp has got a secret pact with David.
And then F. Allen, I think F. Allen is just all over the place. He's just like,
yeah.
Who else? Sherry is in Facebook comments. And Mike is still hating.
All right, yo, listen. While we debating, get that niggas done started something ready for me.
Yeah, okay.
Because this is the fifth one. The last one is 12:58. No, 12:56. I'm going for the coup de grace, as they say.
Yeah, Don Juan probably got food poisoning from all that green room food, blueberry punch, green pudding and shit.
He's not in the best place.
Is he in the green room,
he's right.
hunched over?
Oh no, I'm enjoying the battle here. I'm cracking up, meeting my popcorn falling out of my chair.
Did you hear Juan's voice? Falling out of my chair.
Hey, buddy.
You Negroes are hilarious.
It's the birthday boy. Make some noise. It's the birthday boy.
Happy born day.
Shout out to John Hart, man. I love you, John. Shout out to Big ATL Atlanta, man. Make sure you share it with 10 of your friends. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And if you follow us on Facebook as well, do the same. You know what I'm saying? Get that top sharer. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shout out to the photographer, Mr. F. Allen.
Yeah.
For real.
He said he was the joint that
Call in, F. Allen. Call in. Let's talk about your photographer, man.
I know. Post battle, call in, let us know how it went. Yeah. Mike is hating. It's nothing he would have picked. He's saying it's trash. F. Allen is saying, I'm rooting for Jay-Z, but I'm not hearing the picks that would do it for me. Okay. That's understandable.
Hey, stop harping on Hove.
Harping on Hove?
Not the puns, though. I didn't think DAVIDSIMONISM would do puns.
I didn't think you'd go against Brooklyn's Own, though. I was shocked about that nonetheless, but that's another conversation.
Who else? Sherry, I think, is in here.
Mm-hmm.
She's still hanging tight. A couple of people have shared the link, so we appreciate you guys doing that. Let your friends know that the battle they were wanting on Instagram is taking place over here with us. Tell them to check out the replay later. The whole show has been a great way to spend time. We had a great guest, great discussion, and there's going to be more after the battle as well, which is always a good-natured battle.
Oh, we're not going to talk about the murals, huh?
Yeah, we'll see if we can get to it. If we can't, we just sold it for next week.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Y'all ready?
That was a good one, man.
No bullshit, use caution. Cause when I wet shit, I dead shit. Like abortions for bigger portions of extortion and racketeering. Got niggas fearing. Fuck what you heard, what you hear. How much darker must it get? How much harder must it hit? See if your hardest niggas flip when I start a bunch of shit. I like pussy, but not up in my face, so give me 3 feet. Cause when we creep no more than 3 deep, niggas see shit. Bloodhounds found your shit buried in the mud. Following traces of gunpowder residue and blood. A positive idea is impossible. So you know, John Doe is what they gonna be putting on that tag on your tongue. Now who gonna tell your mother her baby's under a cover in the morgue? Slippers of logs stripped out by the dogs. Another hard-headed nigga that wouldn't listen, so you got what you came for. Surgery with the chainsaw. I hit the fucking streets, cause like I said before, ain't nothing going down until I eat. Motherfuckers think it's all about impressing bitches and stressing bitches while I'm testing bitches' game, addressing bitches and caressing bitches. And dealing with motherfuckers on all levels. What I'm dealing with is all devils. Fucking mistakes, running with niggas you call rebels. I got an army of 730 niggas, dirty niggas that come through and worry niggas, 30 niggas that like to bury niggas. And scary niggas get it all the time, cause what they got is all of mine. Your man was talking shit until I pulled a 9. And if I don't know you, I don't fuck with you. And if you with my man, then he getting stuck with you. And gave it to money, cause I just lost my mind when he crossed the line. Sent his back through his chest, then I tossed the 9. Boss the crime, Black Gotti. I stack bodies with the black shotty. Bitch ass niggas that act snotty. Get it?
Yo, I mean, that was my first time ever hearing that one, man. And I know a lot of hip-hop songs, man. That was hard, Dave. That's a tough one to beat. I would know the track to pick to kill that one. I want to hear what Diva's gonna come with.
What you got, Diva?
Okay, because I wanted to go in order, but if we gotta match the song, I'm gonna go with Run This Town.
You better go with it. I'm looking at the list right now, and I'm like,
she want me to run this town.
I mean, unless Architect thinks I should do another one.
How old are you, Diva?
It's your pick.
Run This Town. And Jay's track is at like 143.
Kanye was the hardest one on this. Who am I battling? Rihanna?
Yeah, okay.
No.
My bad.
I mean, if I had to pick on that one, man.
Yo, Diva.
I'll have to give it to DMX.
Diva.
On that one.
What?
This is like a situation where like this is a great fighter, right? But the trainer gives him the wrong instructions. I'm just saying. If we're going, like this really played out very different than what I imagined. I'll just say that.
Okay, fine, because I thought it was going different too, and it just took a left off the off ramp. So this is where we're going.
But did murdergram or something like that. Where I'm from.
I honestly, against that last joint, Hard Knock Life would have came out. That's just me.
Yeah, that would have been a hard one too.
I'd have threw Hard Knock Life at the last joint because that last joint was tough. But they even alluded to it early on in the conversation about Hard Knock Life. Oh, F. Allen said new coach.
You know what?
So Diva, if you would have won tonight, I think I would have hung myself.
It's not over.
Are we still going?
Wow, it's like unanimous on the chat room, man. It's like all DMX here.
Hey, wait, is it a fair battle? We got YouTube versus Facebook? Who? How many we got on? Is it majority Facebook or is it majority YouTube?
Yes.
I can't see the numbers on Facebook.
Okay, YouTube. I wonder if the YouTube fans are split. I wonder if we got a YouTube split versus Facebook split.
This definitely playing out a lot different.
For me it's 3-2 DMX right now.
Okay, so we on round 5. Are we gonna go? We keep going as well, right?
Should we switch it now? Should we let Dave? No, who should we?
Dave always goes first.
Dave goes first? Okay, so Dave go first again.
But he just so it's Dave's turn.
Okay.
All right, Dave.
X gonna give it to you.
Ooh.
Okay.
Right off the top.
Right off the top, baby. Here we go.
You could beat this one.
You see what happens when you give me that shit? You see how quick it comes in?
Yo, get it twisted. This rap shit is mine. Motherfuckers are fucking yeah. Fuck what you heard. It's what you heard. It's what you heard. Listen. It's what you heard. Listen. It's what you heard.
Diva and Dave battling.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out and staying still. Go hard, getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make the motherfucker wonder if you get it. Damn right, and I do it again. Cause I am life, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how many cats I break bread with, I break who you sending me. You motherfuckers never wanna know what your life saved. Bitch, and that's on a light day. I'm getting down, like a nigga said freeze. So won't be the one ending up on his knees, bitch, please. If the only thing you can't steal came out to play, stay out my way, motherfucker. Gonna rock, do we gonna roll? Do we let it pop? Don't let it go. It's gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. It's gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you.
Okay, you could beat this one.
Hip Hop Citizen live stream, everybody. Don't forget to hashtag, like, share, and comment.
You can tie it up right here. You can tie it up right here.
Yeah. Let's go. Come on now, Diva. Pick the right one. Pick the right one, Diva.
I hope you don't got Sunshine featuring Babyface in your list. We don't need none of that.
Sunshine.
Here you go. I'm gonna go ahead and this is what Diva's playing.
Take the bass line out.
No. What are you doing?
I heard her say that.
I didn't hear that.
I did. I heard her.
No. Y'all can't even play. It's disqualified now.
It's not disqualified because that's what I was gonna do. That's what I was gonna do anyway.
Honestly,
any race when you jump the gun, you're disqualified. They jumped the gun.
Hey, the song is playing. I think when you talking,
for the hottest verses rappers ever heard. From the dope spot with the smoke block, thinking the murder scene. You know me well from nightmares of a lonely cell. My only hell, but since when y'all niggas know me to fail. Nah, we all my niggas with the rubber grips or shots. And if you with me, mama, rubber your and whatnot. I'm from the school of the hard knocks. We must not let outsiders violate our blocks. And my block, let's stick up the world and split it 50-50. Let's take the dough and stay real jiggy. Let's sip the Chris and get pissy. Flow infinitely like the memory of my nigga Biggie.
Baby.
You know it's hell when I come through. The life and times of Sean Carter, volume 2.
That was a good pick, Diva. That's a good pick.
Thank you.
Okay, Diva got that one. 3 up, 3-3.
Okay, so Gary is just joining us on Facebook. He thought he missed it. We're glad you're joining us. Who wants to recap the score for Gary?
It's
right now, go ahead.
It's a tie.
The battle of the ladies and gentlemen, Diva versus Davidsimonism. Diva is Jay-Z. Davidsimonism is DMX.
Okay, well, this will be the decider. This will break the tie. I want Blackout. It's another feature, unfortunately, and it's 3 minutes and 54 seconds into the song.
Oh,
damn,
Mr. Simonism, man.
Hey, there's a curveball thrown. He had that curveball.
It was supposed to be over after 5.
The DJ's throwing down his headphones. He's turning over the table, man.
He said 3-3 due to fumbles.
Wow. Okay.
Turnovers don't win games.
I can't do anything but laugh.
I'm gonna cue this up. Y'all talk it up.
Okay, David, go ahead and talk it up.
Well, I'm just saying. Shout out to JV Mac. I appreciate your love. Shout out to everybody that's voting for Diva. Shout out for everybody that's voting for me. You know, we all got eclectic taste in music, as we learned from earlier today. Not everybody's going to agree with me. I just felt that when DMX initially made the statement on the Drink Champ with Noriega, that people thought DMX was actually insane for suggesting that he can go against Jay-Z. And I'm selecting hits from 20 years ago to compete with Jay-Z catalog that was 20 years long. And all I'm saying is that the material that X was spitting before the demons got a hold of him made him just as superior in lyricy as Hov was his entire career. Now, he might not have garnered as much riches as Jay-Z, but he should gain as much respect for his musical talent and ability to create hit records. That's all. That's what I'm trying to prove here. I'm not trying to prove that I know more than Diva. That's just evident. But
wow, really? I caught that.
But
I caught that shade. Don't worry.
I'm having fun. And that's all it's about, you know.
And that's what this is for.
Hey, the shade is to keep you cool because you're so hot, Diva. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
And that one is a mess.
With the creep. Oh, wait a minute. He can creep, but I can't creep. When I creep,
no, because you
gotta have
we're gonna talk about HR issues after the show. You better
you
stop.
Gotta have a when I creep, but Dialect can creep all he wants.
He came out one thing. He said one thing, David. This is not what this discussion is about.
Well, how did I get in this conversation?
Dialect? How did he get in the conversation?
Yeah, I'm here for Jay-Z and DMX.
We here for Jay-Z and DMX. It's the battle that people were asking for on Instagram. DMX said he could handle Jay, but I think David has made some good points, though. And one of them is actually to me, because Jay has had a 20-year span career, and DMX is from 20 years ago. And that's what people remember. If you mention Jay right now, people know who you're talking about. Yes, it may be from social media and being married to Beyonce, but musically, they still know his catalog and the last thing he probably did. When it comes to DMX, you got to go in the crates.
Hey, yo, honestly, when I got these lists, and I'll be honest with you, and I'm just going to say it. Initially, I thought, I'm like Jay-Z off break, right? And I'm just thinking song for song, catalog, all that. But now that we've gotten to the point where we go verse for verse, like we've gotten down into the weeds with it, it changes the dynamic a little bit, to be honest with you.
It does, and I think that goes back to another thing Dave said when we were setting this up. Is it a fair matchup? And I think Don wanted the same thing too. Is it a fair matchup? Because then people also said, well, it should be Eminem and DMX because of the lyricism. Whereas Jay is more of a mafioso rapper. He's, like people have said, smooth and commercial. DMX is gritty.
I love Eminem, but I don't love Eminem as far as the artist in music. I love Eminem as the guy, spur of the moment, freestyle. That's the Eminem I love. As far as the music creation, I think DMX will eat him up. That's just my opinion.
He doesn't have any.
And let's all get it clear. Jay-Z is Biggie Smalls' son.
No, there's no denying that. And anybody that's denying that, Dave, that's straight up fact.
He's
if
not,
anybody
that's
bullshit.
Not the son of Notorious B.I.G. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he came out before. He came out before Biggie.
Yeah. No direction. Yes. Jay-Z came out 10 years before, almost 10 years before Big, and he still couldn't establish himself until Notorious showed him how to do that playeristic style.
Look,
which Tupac says he taught Biggie.
The styles are
two different styles, man.
Tupac was never about a player style.
Early Jay-Z versus the recent and the Jay-Z that actually blew up. I'm agree with Dave on that. Early Jay-Z was very playful, very happy, go lucky, But the joint, when he went into the hustler aspect, definitely there was a framework.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too, because it's obvious where the switch happened. At some point, like when he started doing features like Foxy Brown and Ja Rule and did the Rush Hour soundtrack, he switched, and it was instead of mafioso rap, it turned to player rap. And it was all about money, cash, hoes. It was about the boats and the cars and the money.
So Diva,
because Give Me the Loot Master was dead. Diva,
you could try to talk your way out of this, but David chose Blackout, and that's what I'm about to rock.
Okay.
I'm headed nowhere fast, running in place, getting my waist. Niggas wanted a taste, but wouldn't come to my face. So what that mean? You cats is playing games again. So now what I do? Start naming names again. All you motherfuckers know that I speak from the heart. Play like you don't know. LOX is go far. We can take it there, but to make it fair, get some more niggas. CJ, we coming with like 4 niggas. Y'all niggas best to stop playing. It'll be the ones you forgotten about. That'll get you shot in your mouth. Got my dogs covered. Plus it's all gravy like chicken when it's smothered. It's dog and I love it. Get them, boy. Let them loose. You want it with the dog or the gun? Let them choose. Come on.
Boom.
DV, you can go up right here.
Is it me, or does that bark not intimidate me at all?
That's like some mini Pomeranian,
like a poodle.
To be honest with you, when I found out that DMX was such a small guy, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? But that's a different.
That was a teacup Yorkie bark.
But like early Swizz beats, like Swizz's early beats didn't really do it for me, man.
He didn't?
Yeah, his Swizz beats, earlier beats. Like I like him now as a producer. I just felt like all his beats sounded the same back then.
Back then, totally. I agree. Back then, it was all
Yeah, it was more like Casio sounding beats. I mean, now he's like,
what was it like, one?
Yeah, it was like
that was Dame Greek, that did Get At Me Dogs, though.
Okay. What can I come up with here?
Architect.
I'm still laughing at Don Juan. He said, what is that, Jaws?
Pick.
Architect.
Thank you. Far too kind.
Did you pick a song?
Yeah, I was about to say he did it again. I was about to say encore.
Oh, encore. Okay, that's
me and Diva are connected, and that's not creepy.
Y'all stop.
What the hell are you waiting for? After me, this will be no more.
Make
some noise. Who you know fresher than Ho? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at. Can't none of y'all mirror me back. Yeah, hear me rap, it's like hand G rapping his prime. I'm young H.O., raps Grateful Dead. Back to take over the globe, now break bread. I'm in Boeing Jets, Global Express. Out the country, but the blueberries still connect. On the low, but the yacht got a triple deck. But when you young, what the fuck you expect? Yep. Grand opening, grand closing. Goddamn your manhole, crack the can open again. Who you gonna find open in him with no pen? Just draw off inspiration. So you gonna see you can't replace him. The cheap imitation. Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn ball. So for one last time, I need y'all to roll.
Let me say, I was suspect about the blackout verse, but thank you for choosing encore because that was maybe one of Ho's weakest lines.
Nah, but she got you on this
Wow.
one. I think she got you on this one.
Yeah.
Nah, because think about everything he just said in that line. He said grand opening, grand closing. This was from a retirement album. This is the one where he said, if you want an encore, you got to clap for me. The guy came in and said, if you want more Hov, you got to clap. He's like, who else was doper than me? I came in and made you guys about this game the way it stands right here. So this song, not only was it this song as a standalone, but he went ahead and did a mashup. And mashups were a thing in like the mid 2000s, where he did a mashup with Linkin Park and one of their songs and this song, because this song was so hot.
John,
and then that song became a hit.
John Hart, what's your count? And the photographer, what's your count? Sherry T, what's your count? Let me see the counts. I want to see some interaction from anybody out there that's listening. I want to see what the count is. What you got, Dialect?
I got 4-3 Diva or Jay.
Ooh, she pulled ahead 2 rounds. She ooh. Okay, so
we redid the board on the sidelines.
so we got 3 rounds left. Dave, what you got?
Yeah, Dave's next.
Come with the heat, Dave.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Dave got some. Dave secretly, he thought this shit through for real. In my honest opinion, yes. Well, I love the Jay-Z encore joint. When you're talking
What
verse,
they really want?
Oh, I knew you was gonna go there, man. I was hoping you went there.
Oh God.
I like this joint.
Right off the top.
got you.
He called out like 27 different female names and
Really?
What these bitches want from a nigga? What these bitches want from a nigga? What these bitches want from a nigga?
Yo, T, you breaking my heart.
Dog, I meet bitches, the street bitches, slash, Cocoa Puff, sweet bitches, make you wanna eat bitches, but not me. Y'all niggas eat off the plate all you want, but not me. I fucks with these hoes from a distance. The instant they start to catch feelings, I start to stealing they shit. Then I'm out just like a thief in the night. I sink my teeth in the bite. You thinking life, I'm thinking more like what's up tonight. Come on, ma, you know I got a wife. And even though that pussy tight, I'm not gonna jeopardize my life. Right. So what is it you want from a nigga? What? I gave you, you gave me. Bitch, I blazed you, you blazed me. Nothing more, nothing less. But you at my door, willing to confess that it's the best you ever tested. Right. Better than all the rest. I'm like, all right, girlfriend, hold up. I gave you what you gave me, boom. Enough.
What bitches want from a nigga?
Is that pandering to the females?
Is it?
That was pandering to the thugs.
That was the funniest, most offensive, who you think you talking to song that he has ever made.
in DMX defense, he was a dog.
Oh, John Harper's
Listening
right.
to those lyrics back as a woman, I'm like, clutch my pearls. Who the fuck you talking to?
You gotta remember the time too. Like that's a younger age, and any man in that younger age, it probably
It definitely was an age thing because that's how everybody talked to each other. I'm just like listening to it now as a woman of a certain age. I'm like, first of all,
45. I would never do that shit right now. I get smacked.
John, I don't know if we could play the names. We'll try to, where he lists the names off. We'll try to do that maybe later on, or we'll try. But our tracks, we're trying to keep them tight.
All right, what you got?
What have I got for that? You know, I'm gonna go ahead and let Dave have this round by playing "I Just Want to Love You."
Oh,
How appropriate.
let's check it out.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You're funny. You're funny, Don Juan.
ooh.
Ready, unstoppable dynasty, young over.
I'm sorry. We already know who got this round. Anybody out there listening, tell us what you got.
Top of the world. I just wanna love you. Just wanna love you. Who I am. Know you love me. And with all this cash. More money, more problems. Forget your man. Now give it to me. Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. But don't bullshit me. Come on. Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. When the Remy's in the system, ain't no telling when I fuck 'em, when I diss 'em. That's what they be yelling. I'm a pimp by blood, not relation. Y'all be chasing, I'll be placed huh? Drunk on Chris, mommy on E. Can't keep a little model hands off me. Both in the club, high singing on key. And I wish I never met her at all. It gets better, ordered another round. It's about to go down. Got 6 model chicks, 6 bottles of Chris. 4 velvet ass, got weed everywhere. What do you say? Me, you, and your Chloe glasses. Go somewhere private where we could discuss fashion, like Prada blouse, Gucci bra, okay, Filth Mart jeans. Take that off. Give it to me. Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. Don't bullshit me. Come on.
Yeah, it's a hard one right here.
Yo.
Who got that nostalgia on right now? Who's got a nostalgia for the mid 2000s right now?
You know what? I'm gonna have to give this one a. As much as I like that Jay-Z song, man.
See, you can't deny when Jay-Z hooked up with the Neptunes. That's when he really started to blow up on charts, because the Neptunes producing you, they were like an ATM machine. If you had the Neptunes on your track, just boom, 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 money.
Got dialect.
I give it to Jay-Z on this one, man. I mean,
Jay-Z fucking killed that, bro. Come on now.
He put the Biggie reference in there. Then he did the Carl Thomas, and then you had Homeboy on the hook. I think it was Sparks. Shit was crazy, man. I mean,
no, that was Pharrell.
That was
wow.
That was Pharrell. My
VA.
No, but it was Pharrell, but it was also Sparks.
This battle is
Was it also Sparks? Okay,
Yeah,
but VA was starting to come up. You know, the Neptunes, Missy, and Timberlake were coming up out of Virginia Beach.
I'm taking offense to that. VA always been up. Cut it out.
Anyway, so they were all on the come up, and then you mix that with Jay already being in the players flag. He was the one that started shouting out on the brands. He started shouting out Prada and Chloe and Gucci and Fendi and everybody. He was amongst those rappers that were all about pimping.
Look, that round is situational, right? Yeah. So if I'm in a situation where I'm in peril with a female, I'm going with DMX. You know what this bitch is wild for the. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm happy and I know that my shit is right and my shit is tight, I'm going with Jay-Z, because it's like, I'm a hustler, baby. Yeah. Everything's feeling.
Hey, look, all I know is that DMX get you caught up in that Me Too movement. You know what I mean?
I see.
Jay-Z, come on, man. You think about it. You know, it's so ill to think about the vibe that we was in during that time, and to think about right now how people are offended. And I'm like, yo, like, there's a lot of offending.
But see, I think that does have to do with age.
During that time.
I don't know if a 22-year-old girl out of Marcy Project would be offended by a DMX song the same way I would be at this age. So I don't know. Maybe it's generational too.
And what was cool about that track is that you wasn't really used to seeing Jay-Z having fun. And he had fun in that song. He had fun in the video.
Who was that? John Witherspoon in the video?
Yeah, he was in there. John Witherspoon.
Yep. Yeah. Doing his dance in the middle of the video.
State property.
All right, so what's the count? What you got, Dialect? Who's up?
I got 5-3 Jay-Z.
5-3 Jay-Z.
No surprise. No surprise here.
How are we going with Dialect?
Because Dialect's on the panel. If you want to take it to the chat, ask the chat.
I'm at
giving it to me.
I'm at 4-4, but what's going on with the chat? What we got?
John agrees with Architect, and it's 4-4.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Okay,
I'm with that.
And Sherry's still hating, and Mike, I don't know where he went. He was done.
Yeah, Mike might have had too much tequila.
He was upset with us, so because he mentioned everybody but this battle that he wanted to see. So he said Fairmont versus everybody.
All right, so Dave, what you leading off with? So we have
What's my
8.
name?
That's 8 rounds, right?
This is the 9th round right here.
Yeah.
Right, round. What you got, Dave?
Yeah, this night.
What's my name?
Got you. I thought you were asking. I was gonna say, oh, I mean, you have it written on your screen.
Yeah, it says only Instagram, but yeah, okay, got it. We got it.
All right, here we go.
This is the fucking shit I be talking about. Half rapping ass motherfuckers. You think it's a game? You think it's a fucking game? Come on.
E Cup Yorkie.
Come on.
Yo, that shit is hard though. That's that start fighting the club shit.
What's my name? DMX, and I be the best. You see the rest? They looking like they need a rest. One more time. I'ma spit at you some shit that's gonna get at you and be fucking with your mind. Stop talking shit. Cause you out there running your mouth and really don't know who you fucking with. Here we go again. How many times do I have to tell you rap niggas I have no friends? You still acting up. Running around here like some brand new that's about to get fucked. The game don't stop. I'm still getting down for whatever, whenever. That's why my shit is hot. Can't keep it real. Now, some of us do, but most of us don't. That's just how a nigga feel. I said
Too hard.
for my people that'll keep you looking see-through. If ever you try to creep through. DMX, what we got it, come and get it, nigga. We win it. All you gotta do is set it, baby. Ride or die. What that nigga's born. What that nigga's born. DMX, what we got it, come and get it, nigga. We win it. All you gotta do is set it, baby. Ride or die. What that nigga's born. What that nigga's born. You still playing games.
Hey, I just like hard lyrics, man. I don't know.
But that to me
Hov is good. I like Hov. He's smooth.
that was
but
some of his
I
simple
like-
lyrics though, man.
I'm seeing where you at though, Dave. I'm seeing where you at, and I'm gonna be honest with you. In my younger years, it probably relates a little more to where I was at mentally. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing myself like in the bar fight. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
Like yo,
I had to laugh at that because he's right. That started some fights in some clubs.
like oh, the cops are coming. We got to get the fuck out of here right now.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I just zoned out for a second. Niggas in Paris.
Yeah. That's that new wave. That's the new wave.
106 is where Jay comes in, I think.
I got you. All right, let me cue it up. Y'all talk shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, this was a song I think that Gwyneth Paltrow got in trouble for.
Yeah, this is the song where they performed it. The video is a live recording of her performance, and she was allowed backstage. And I forget who was back there, dialect. And they specifically said she thought she could rap the lyrics along, and they looked at her.
Yeah, and I think also she took a picture with Jay-Z and Kanye West, and she put in the caption, "Niggas in Paris for real."
That's what it is.
Yeah,
she took that picture and captioned it, and people lost their minds.
Didn't Gwyneth sing the hook on "Cry for You" for Jay-Z? I mean, she had a really soulful singing voice. I don't think that gives her a pass.
Well, what song is "Cry for You"? That sounds like Jealousy.
Song Cry. Sorry, Jay-Z's Song Cry.
I don't think that was
Song Cry is old.
Sample.
Well, no, when she performed in London. She sung the Song Cry hook.
Oh, you're saying in concert? Okay.
And
Jaguar, right?
Say it again?
I thought that was Jaguar that did that on the Uncut album.
It may have been, but she actually sung it and she did a good job.
You got to.
Gwyneth Paltrow can sing. She's definitely sung before, but they got her on that one. They ate her up online.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is the Joe Biden thing. I think she thought she was like a Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
You got it, Architect?
Yeah, we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yep.
Before I start this, fuck Joe Biden. All right, here we go.
So I ball so hard, motherfuckers wanna find me. First niggas gotta find me. What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy. Y'all don't know that don't shit phase. And next we go, 0 for 82 when I look.
Y'all needed 20 years to beat DMX.
We ain't even po be here. Ball so hard since we here. It's only right that we be fair. Psycho, I'm liable to go Michael. Bryson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6. Also hard, got a broke clock. Rollies that don't tick tock. All the Mars that's losing time. Hidden behind all these big rocks. Also hard, I'm shocked too. I'm supposed to be locked up too. You escape, but I escape. You be in Paris getting fucked up too. Also hard, let's get faded. Liberties for like 6 days. Gold bottles, soul models. Spilling ace on my sick days. Also hard, bitch behave. Just might let you meet gay. Shot towns, B-rolls, moving the next BK. Also hard, motherfuckers wanna find me. That shit crack. That shit crack. That shit crack. Also hard, motherfuckers wanna find me. That shit crack. That shit crack. That shit crack.
Shout out Kanye West.
I mean, that's
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt. No doubt.
For real, Dave. For real. For real. Call him crazy all you want. That's a genius.
still go hard. You know what I'm saying? They said in Paris they actually played that song for like a couple hours straight.
So hold on. What we got out there? What we got out there? What's the count? What's the count?
All right, John Harp and F. Allen.
Shut up, John Harp.
What you got, Dialect?
Yeah, I got to give that one to Jay.
Oof.
I never liked that song from DMX, so because I felt like the lyrics were too simplistic in that. I think he had a line in there where he's like, "I'm not a nice person." I was like, that's kind of weak.
Let's see. So John Hart. Go ahead, David.
Wait a minute. So you saying it's not simplistic? I ball so hard they want to find me?
No, it's just like if you battle somebody and like you get into a fight with a kid in the store and he's like, "Yo, I'm not a nice person."
When you put it like that, if you put it out of context, yeah, it sounds simple. How you gonna walk up on somebody at Family Dollar? I'm not a nice person.
That's funny though. That's true. I do.
All right.
Let's see. So John Harp has it.
My last selection for the night is
okay.
We right here.
Oh shit! I know a couple of kids like that. That's why it's funny to me.
Okay, so John Harp has got it 5-4J. Let's see. F. Allen. First of all, F. Allen, The Shade. It almost sounds like Beyonce wrote that.
Thank you. Yes.
Wow. F. Allen with The Shade.
I like this guy, F. Allen.
But F. Allen did say that DMX was a sprinter and Jay got the marathon.
Yeah.
Because DMX had a 5-year album collection. He didn't have 5 albums. He just had 3 albums in 5 years, and it just ended right there. And one of those albums was a soundtrack for the movie Exit Wound.
Was that the movie he was in?
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, let me just remind people. I see people tuning in. Welcome to our friends on the West Coast of California, USA. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, or better yet, just call in. Call into the show. Join the conversation. My bad, David.
No, I'm done. I'm dealing with the Jay-Z pulpit. What else can I do?
What?
All right, so we got we right here, right? All right, so here we
right here,
right off the top. Here we go. Boom. Another fight jam.
This is all that we don't say. We right here. Bring your crew, 'cause we don't care. We right here. One more time. I got to hit the streets off. Make the streets talk. Let them know it ain't a sweep off. This gon' be the only joint made this year that'll knock to 2003.
Hold on. This is the last round, right?
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right. We playing the whole shit. All right. We playing the whole shit.
That's what's up.
We're gonna take it from the top, and whatever you pick, it's the whole jam. All right.
Okay.
We agree?
I might call an audible, but okay.
All right. Let's go.
Bring it! What? We right here. We're not going anywhere. We right here. This is all that we don't say. We right here. Bring your crew, 'cause we don't care. We right here. One more time. I got to hit the streets off, make the streets talk, let them know it ain't a sleepwalk. This gon' be the only joint made this year that'll knock to 2003. And y'all gon' see that the hottest nigga out there was, is, and will be me. Just like that, I can go away for a minute, do some other shit, but bounce right back. And when it's on, I'm coming strapped with some shit that'll spit from dusk to dawn. And when you gone, ain't no coming back in the morning. Like that shit with the dream, nigga, you gone. That's for real. Creep niggas like a seal, talk to steel, stick a nigga, make him squeal. Oh my God, those can't be the last words of your man. Damn, your man was so hard. Come on, bring it. What? We right here. We're not going anywhere. We right here. This is all that we don't share. We right here. Bring your crew, 'cause we don't care. We right.
Hey, John, call in.
Here we go again. How many million did my last one sell? Fuck it, I'm going for 10. It's never gonna stop. To the top of the chart. Champion. I'm a thoroughbred, my blood is strong, and I scratch till you done. Cross the line, and ain't no more scratches after that. Straight up, niggas is dying. Yo, what the fuck is you cats doing? Running around like this, like you won't get stuck. Yo, that's my word. I stay giving it to niggas, and I stay not really being heard. But y'all gon' see that the same things thou did to them will be done to thee. And then you'll know that sometimes when you come through the front, you leave it out the back door. Come on, bring it. What? We right here. We're not going anywhere. We right here. This is all that we don't share. We right here. Bring your crew, 'cause we don't care. We right here. Bring the noise. And you better come and niggas you don't give a fuck about, 'cause you gon' lose your boys. 'Cause we don't play. And the silence over silence, any cocksucker with something to say. Dog for life. Whether I'm on or off the leash, I bite streets of my life. Click, click, boom. Another life taken too soon. Another mother had a funeral. Still waters run deep. And the pain is forever alive inside. Makes it hard to sleep, but I keep going. Shit, I'm always careful when I walk. I'm always seeing, knowing, dog gon' live. Stay walking the wire over the fire when I cannot give. Dog is good. And how it stands, dog gon' fuck with the hood. The dog fuck with the wood. Bring it. What? We right here. We're not going anywhere. We right here. This is all that we don't share. We right here. Bring your crew, 'cause we don't care. We right here. Bring it. What? We right here. We're not going anywhere. We right here. This is all that we don't share. We right here. Bring your crew, 'cause we don't care. We right here. We right.
Let me just say, as my final summation for DMX, not a lot of people like violence, and DMX is violent. He's not a nice person.
Hey, hey, that's how I like my music on the rocks.
Here's another pun for you, Diva.
Yeah.
Sharky calling the tie.
John Harp said this is the song where folks get refills.
Because I think that's what his big architect went and did.
What's that?
Well, architect went and got a refill?
Nah, I had to unload so that I can put the refill in.
Our comments in our chats are off the chain. You have to tell your friends to come in here and join you when we are up here on Friday Night Live. We're on Facebook. We're streaming on YouTube. Share the link.
Who doesn't have bars? Sherry T said he also doesn't have bars. You must be.
Oh, Sherry, you took it too far, girl. Sherry, stay with the shade in the chat.
Hey, Diva, I think you said it best. I think sometimes the livest party is in the chat box. I mean, You know what I
It
mean?
really is. Is that a poodle?
I'm sitting here cracking up sometimes. You know, I'm like, no, the party's in the chat.
Sherry put a poodle in the chat. Sherry, I hate you.
Yo,
all right, Architect, I have to call audible.
Hold on. So you saying, I see what you saying. I know exactly the audible you calling. Let me am I right? Am I right? Right. Hold on.
Okay, you just hit it.
Who wanna bet us that we don't touch letters, stack cheddars forever, live treacherous, all the etceteras.
Dave.
What's David doing?
Dave was like, y'all motherfuckers. In his life, in all possible ways, no defense is bugging my life. Hospital day, reflecting when my man laid up on the uptown high block. He got his side sprayed up. I saw his life slipping. This is a minor setback. Yo, still in all we living. This dream about to get back that made him smile. Though his eyes said, "Pray for me." I do you one better and slay these niggas faithfully. Murder is a tough thing to digest. It's a slow process, and I ain't got nothing but time. I had near brushes, not to mention 3 shots close range. Never touch me. Divine intervention can't stop by. I'm drinking my ties with Tata down in Nevada. Ha ha, papa. Word life, I dabbled in crazy way. Without rap, I was crazy straight. Partner, I'm still spending money from 88.
Presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me.
You know, the one way it says the Illuminati with my mind, soul, and my body is a better song.
When you whack mans, fold like bad hands, roll like Monopoly. Advance, you copy me like white crystal. I gross the most at the end of the fiscal year than these niggas could wish to. The dead presidential candidate with the sprinkles in the presidential ice that'll offend you in due time when crime flees my mind. All sneak thieves and player haters can shine. But until then, I keep the trillion cut diamonds shining brilliant. I tell you happy.
Yo, F. Allen, you my mans in them.
The villain when I spend yen the 10 major events, catch me in the joints, convinced my iguanas is biting. J-A-Y hyping, controlling, manipulating. I got a good life, man. Pounds and pence, enough dollars make sense. While you ride the bench, catch me swinging for the fence. Dead presidents, you know.
Every presidents to represent me. Every presidents to represent me. I'm out for 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 every presidents to represent me.
So be it. The Soviet, the unified steady flow. You already know, you light, I'm heavy row, heavy dough. Mike machete your flow. Your paper falls slow like confetti. Mine's a steady grow, Betty grow. Pay 5 in it for blow. Better believe I have 1160 to show. My dough flip like Tycoon. Jay-Z the icon. Baby, you like Dawn. Maybe this crystals will change your life on. Roll with the winners. Heavy spinners like hit records. Rockefeller. Don't get it corrected. This shit is perfected from shit to chicks that scribbing a Lexus.
Okay, I hey.
Wrong, we caking. Your niggas
what?
We getting it. Well connected, JC. Getting you fake dogs is up.
Dialect, who produced this one?
Got MP3. Take dead presidentials. Politics is your jail.
Presidents to represent me. Every presidents to represent me. Every presidents to represent me.
So who produced this beat, Dialect?
Yeah, that was Ski Beats that produced this joint.
The beat is perfect.
Yeah.
He murdered that shit. Yo, so it's true story, right? So this was back in the days when I was trying to get my shit popping. It was Nick Turner and Don Juan the Mac. They paid for some studio time. Juan, you remember this? You remember this?
Hey man, I'm holding on to caution, man. I'm like, hold up. How far are we gonna go with this one? Go ahead.
Don't worry. Hey, I'm not gonna go too far. So what's outside of the square of your screen is gonna reach in to smack you. But yo, we was riding down to Petersburg, Norfolk. Actually, I'm sorry, Norfolk. And it was me.
Norfolk, VA.
Yep.
Bob Beach. Shout out to Bob Beach.
Yep. Me, Don Juan, and Nick Turner. And Don Juan and Nick was doing they was flipping the echo and the fake.
Hey, look, real talk. We was one of the original distributors of Echo. The Echo t-shirt.
No bullshit. No bullshit.
The Echo t-shirt. Shout out to New York, the Canal Street man, the Connects man.
Mark Echo, bro.
Not Canal Street.
He had the
Echo
packs. Bro, no bullshit. They
when
had
the K. When they had the HCO, I think it was.
Bro, you had the exclusive shits, bro. You and Nick. They had the Echo packs, and it was also doing the Chinaman Oakleys. Sorry if that's not politically correct, but it was the Chinaman Oakleys they was rocking, that was selling, right? And we was driving down in the whip. Juan and Nick had put their money behind me. They bet on me. And we went down to Third Eye Studios out in Norfolk, Virginia, who now today is actually Pete Twist, who produces for Born Unique and Knots Raw, bro. Can you believe we was in the same studio as fucking Knots Raw, the same producer who produced Busta Rhymes and several other acts years later, and we was in the same studio, and that album that we just rocked from Diva was rocking on the sound system as we were driving down there, bro. I'll never forget that. The joint had just dropped and was like, yo, you heard the new Jay-Z joint?
Look, man, we're part of the culture. That's the thing. That's what I was trying to say. There's a point where Virginia carried all the hip hop, and growing up in that area, you was part of it. Part of the movement.
No doubt.
So dialect. Go ahead. So dialect. What's the score? The chat hasn't said anything yet.
Yeah, I got I think I was at what 6-4 or 6-7-3.
Big shout out to Grace Martin, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Grace Martin.
7-3. Who?
Yo,
that would be me. That would be me. That would be me.
Russian judge out of here.
The ace of spades, since Cristal don't like us. Papa.
What we got online? Who out there that's watching right now? What you got as the final score? I'd like to see that. But
yo, Alan's betraying me.
Is doing me dirty.
8-2, Sherry. Come on now. Come on.
Sherry. Okay, she finally got her act together. She said, "Arp, arp."
Yo, that's over the top. Nah, I'm not agreeing with the 8. That 8-2 is way over the top.
One my chihuahua.
That's that woman shit.
First of all, no, F. Allen's on YouTube saying it's a tie.
Be real. Let's be real.
This is not soccer. We don't do that.
Hey,
yeah, F. Allen, you are 100% correct. I'm leaving here with a tie.
What?
Around your neck.
I'm 6'4".
Yeah,
it's still me. It's still me. So, like I told you, DMX was hot 20 years ago. Jay is hot for 20 years.
But you know what?
No, listen.
Timeless. If the thing about it, Diva, and I'm just speaking from a hip hop purist.
Yeah.
Timeless. Like you could do that shit 10 years ago, and somebody's rocking now. But timeless is the main thing I think that any hip hop artist strives for. And I'll be honest with you, until Dave brought up DMX into this move, I was sleeping. I'll be honest with you, I was definitely sleeping. And DMX got some joints. Like DMX got some
lyrically. It is, yeah. It's all about DMX's storytelling, and that is what I like about him, because he tells a story. He's letting you know what his life's been like, what he's experienced, what he's gone through. And Jay's lyrics are more about what he's aspiring to. And he's like giving himself positive affirmations, like, I'm gonna have the boats, I'm gonna have the money, I'm gonna have the baddest chick in the game rocking my chain.
That's a very interesting point what you just said, because what you just said was Jay-Z was talking about what he wants to do, and DMX was talking about what he would do. Jay-Z. And so if we were going off of realism, if hip-hop music was about realism and not fantasy, DMX would win every day.
Nah, bro.
But Jay-Z accomplished his realism to what he was talking about back then.
Every step, bro. It's kind of eerie when you listen to Jay's old shit and then you see where he's at. It's kind of like album It was an increment of where he was trying to step to. But it's not to sleep on DMX. Like DMX has contributed a shit ton to this culture, for real.
I mean, Jay's album was called The Blueprint.
Yeah.
Well, look, remember DMX 2 #1 albums in 1 year. Has anyone else done the same thing?
Don't get me fired up. Jay-Z's album, Blueprint. Go check KRS-One BDP. Look who had the first Blueprint album. He bit that title. Straight up. BDP, Boogie Down Productions, The Blueprint. He bit that.
Oh my goodness. But shout out to the chat. Shout out to Facebook and YouTube. Share the stream if y'all had fun listening to the banter and enjoying the music. And if you don't like it and you want to cuss somebody out, call. I dare you.
Call me demeaning names. Call me whatever you want. Call in and curse me out. I like it.
And throw those emojis up, you know what I'm saying? Throw the hands up, the champagne bottles and the puppies. Throw them up.
Well, hey, listen, I only have one request. Dialect. Do you have any King Mag songs queued up to close us out?
I got you right now.
I could pull up the video.
Okay. So then everybody give their
I got the video.
Video, if that's better.
Yeah, go ahead. Pull out the video.
Pull out the video.
Give me which one?
Well, let's give our socials and get the hell out of here because we've been here way too long.
Hit him with the Restless joint, Dialect.
Reckless.
All right. So you want to go? You want to start out with the close out with the socials? Who should we start? You want to do our ladies first?
Yes, sir. As always.
Okay, so I'm the Diva, and those were my views. I won, and the culture won. And I'm broadcasting you from an FBI van outside of Swizz Beatz' house.
So long as it's outside of Swizz Beatz' house and not mine, I'm okay with that, Diva.
Go ahead, Don Juan, give me your socials.
As always, you can find me at Don Juan DMac on Instagram. And of course, as always, I live at HipHopCitizen on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button in YouTube channel. Thank you.
And I am Architect7. You can find me at Architect7 on Instagram. And you can also find me at Architect7 on Facebook. And next up, DAVIDSIMONISM.
Listen, you can't be in no FBI van outside of that Razor house that Alicia Keys owns, first of all. Second of all, I'm DAVIDSIMONISM on all platforms except Twitter because they banned me because I'm a DMX fan. And those young people out there still passing the joints and the alcohol and the busting each other down on the cigarettes. Corona is still real. Ask Patrick Ewing.
Oh, you got us again.
Damn. Hey, love y'all, man. Happy Friday. Anybody that
no, dialect.
Fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, find me at Dialect718, Instagram and Twitter, and HipHopCitizen on Facebook.
Oh, no. I got one more comment. To the gentleman that says, why do I speak about the trash with Tekashi 6ix9ine? I say this. One person's trash is another person's treasure.
Ew.
Okay. That's true. That's facts.
DAVIDSIMONISM, everybody. You're watching Hip Hop Citizen live stream. We're going to close it out with a King Magnetic and Tone Spliff. Right.
Yo, Magnetic.
I'm out of town, here to hard action. Used to turn ice grills into car jack. Now we turn war stories into large brackets. All facets, turn cash into hard plastic. I'm out the way, won't come round for months. In Cali with Tone Split, even cut down on blunts. 40 years blended every type of life. Put a laser on the front of your car like Michael Knight. Words is advanced, never earned in your chance. Had the DJ duck and you would learn in the dance. We was wild, these niggas stupid. Under the trance, throw me under the bus. Throw you under the stand, understand? Harder to branch, I got trust issues. Let me tell you something about Mag. He don't fuck with you. Gamble with your life, let my luck hit you. Hit it, leave you chopped and screwed. He don't talk pistol.
Lost in the night, bargain on right.
come my way, out of my sight. It doesn't take much to make me restless. I need all of the cash, put it in the bag, make it last move. I built by myself, now it's back to the ignorance. Fuck the dress code, wardrobe, get ignorance. High shooter killers multiply and divide Ruger. You got the vibe that supply rumors. Push the button at your crib like I drive Uber. I transform any sucker to a live shooter. Supply Buddha to my brain with my lung cell. Not an OG till you educate your young self. Let the lesson begin. Took L's to the chest, wasn't stressing the win. Made it rain with the pressure of wind. Check the forecast. Wrap my fingers around your neck like a tour pass. Laminate style, contaminate files. Execute a scheme I've been planning a while. Trigger finger in the thumb. I don't need more digits. Broke every man-made law except for physics. Lost in the night, walking on bike. Come my way, out of my sight. It doesn't take much to make me restless. I need all of the cash, put it in the bag, make it last move.